cool. Now we're good. We should be good. Right? Okay. Did I get this rolling? Is this rolling now? Definitely not eating that. Okay, cool. While no one is here, we can try to work on all this real quick. Pop-up chat. Boop. There we go. Studio. Okay. Window capture. Yo, what's good? What is cracking? How you feeling today, bro? People will be rolling in for now. You can ask questions if you'd like. I am just cleaning up some stuff with this YouTube chat so it looks better on your guys' end. Live streaming. No. Why is it doing this? I don't like that. I'm gonna have to delete that real quick. Please adjust. Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, like, please work with me. Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Okay. It should be popping up on Twitch chat. No? Not Twitch chat. YouTube chat. Is connection okay? I think everything's okay so far. Everything good now? Yeah, it took me about 20 tries, but I think we should be good. I still can't get the chat to pop up, which is weird because I had it working earlier. So it's low-key kind of annoying me, I'm not gonna lie. But this is better than nothing. At least the connection's working. I was struggling with connection for some reason. It was where I was sitting in the house. But everything looks okay. I wonder if the music's like okay. I'm gonna answer that question one quick second. Just give me a quick second. Steam bot's running. Okay, cool. Pop-up chat. Please show. Thank you. Oh my. What in the hell? Sir, can you post a 400 meter workout? Man, we're gonna do a PowerPoint today explaining why workouts don't do anything. And it's not gonna shock nobody, but it should clean up a lot of these questions. Okay. Hold up. I'm almost good. I almost got the chat on the side. That's all I've been wanting this whole time. I'm going to answer all your guys' questions. Just give me 1 second. I am so sorry. I'm almost ready. Just click a random thing. This is tough. Okay. Chat. Ew, why does it look like 620p right now? What is that? Ew. Okay. There we go. Now we should be rolling. Does this look 620p or something? Am I tripping? Oh no, it's just small. Okay, it's just small. That's all it is. Okay, now let's try one last thing. And we should be good to go. No, screen's not working. Light? No. Let's try darken. No. Okay, you guys are just gonna have to deal with the white on the screen. It is what it is, I guess. But at least you guys can see yourself though, right? Okay. Oh, work with me. Last thing, and then we're answering questions, and I'm good to go. All right, we're good to go. Okay, you guys can see that, right? That looks okay. It's better than what it was before. Okay. First question. Everything good now? Yes, everything is good. I'm a baseball player or basketball player trying to get ready for varsity in winter. Should I be doing to get freakily athletic? Do the Just Jump program. Now you're gonna try to sell myself. I have free workouts also all over my page for vertical jump. Don't do anyone else's. I mean, you can do other people's, but I definitely have the best work. Sir, can you upload a 400-meter workout? In a lot of my programs and free workouts I talk about, and even in my videos, I talk about speed endurance work, right? Like the 21-second drill, which is really crucial for developing your speed. All right, I would check that out, see how that goes. Wait, no. There we go. Okay, I would check that out. It's gonna be like high distance, max intensity, not a lot of like lactic acid type of work or aerobic work, but high rest. Right, that's how you're really gonna develop your top end speed, or whatever you want to call it. I feel like I never reached top end speed. Excuse me, in the 100-meter. What should I work on to fix that? Max velocity mechanics, ankle stiffness, force production, like a vertical force plane, and acceleration also is a big key for vertical force, which is going to be like that max velocity phase, right? Can you drop a video going into detail how we should program the right workouts? That's what my programs are for. I'm sorry. I can never, okay, not like actually trying to sell, like I actually cannot break down programming. Like programming is such a complex topic that is so advanced. It's not even worth trying to explain to 90% of my audience, 99% of my audience. So trying to explain it would be like, programming has to do with like so many people. I can hear myself and it's low-key pissing me off right now. 1 second. And I can get back to that question. This is working. Okay, we're good there. Programming is so advanced that it's not even worth trying to break it down, especially when it's all sport specific and situation specific, and like how old the person is, how much training they've had. I can go into years of this type of stuff, like progressions, regressions, previous injury history. So just trying to give out like how to program is not going to work for most people. Best, you're the best. Can you provide some example training plan on speed endurance on 200-meter? Everyone, I have free workouts. I get a lot of questions like, can you give me exercises? Can you give me like a training plan, a workout? I have a free workout for speed. If you don't want to do just a free workout, you want a full 12-month program, hop on the Speed Academy. I cannot keep answering, can I give you a training plan? I'm not going to write you a custom training plan. I charge people hundreds for that type of stuff. But Speed Academy is affordable. Do you play basketball? Yes, I play basketball. I'm really good. I'm a scorer. I'm a short scorer, like a 5'7" scorer guard, and I'm cold at it. I'm also left-handed. I'm a football player and I got foot injury. I can't run. How do you recover from that? So the first thing you want to do is improve proprioception, right? So you probably had an ankle sprain or like a ankle fracture, things like that. I just had an ankle fracture. And you want to improve proprioception, so that's your ability to balance. And once you can balance, then you want to improve isometric strength. So that's like the Achilles isometric, like the tendon, and then the tibia, the lateral, like intrinsic muscles in the foot. And you can do stuff like that with isometric holds, some stuff you see on my Instagram. And then you also want to do like low plyometrics, extensive, so like long durations of time. So you'll do something like skipping for 2 minutes, backward skip for 2 minutes, karaoke for a minute straight, like nonstop, whole 5 minutes straight. And you do that over time. You build up the tendon tolerance to it, and your ankle will be back to normal in a couple weeks to months, depending on how long you take your time. The best vertical jump workout is jumping. How do I properly progress so I don't get injured? Patella tendon, hips all the time, and have great stamina. You want too many things at once. But if you want to just know how to progress from the patella tendon to the hip, I think you mean from like having knee pain to not like doing stuff where you can improve your vertical jump without having knee pain. Modified trivasic is what I teach. So you'll do unloaded, which is like you're literally laying down and doing like knee pumps and stuff like that to give locomotion to the knee. Then you're gonna do isometric loading, so that'd be like isometric lunge, and then eccentric loading, so step downs, eccentric deep squats, heel elevated goblet squats. And then you want to start adding velocity to it, so that's when you start adding plyometrics like depth drops and stuff like that, where you can add speed to the loading of the tendon. And then once you can add speed, it can handle more forces. So like when you drop off a box, that's 6x your body weight. You'll never get that in a squat. You can never deep squat 6 times your body weight, but you get that in a box drop. So you can handle that in a millisecond, and then now your tendon is going to get stronger and more tolerance to that speed, that velocity, and that weight, and then you'll have less injuries in the future. Any reactive exercise similar to drop jumps and hurdle hops? I've been getting this question a lot today. like no exercise is going to help you. So if you're just trying to look for exercises just to add, they're all reactive. Anything that's fast ground contacts are good, but like none of it's going to help you. If you just start piecing together fast ground contact times, you're just going to injure yourself after a couple weeks if you don't know how to program like the sets of reps. But like stuff like sprinting and like bounding is all very similar, and they're very, very important. Like one of the best stuff to improve, you know, your reactive strength index. How can I get in great basketball shape without risking injury? Because I know I do a ton of running and spike the risk. 1v1 full court is really, really good. 5v5 basketball is good, and just, you know, progressive overload. So like, you know, you start off 5 games a week, and then eventually it's 20 games, and then 30 games. You just add 5 or 3, you know, 5v5 sessions every single week. Pretty simple. Excuse me. How do I improve my acceleration sprints? Resisted horizontal power. All right, everyone needs horizontal power. Literally all the athletes in this chat need horizontal power. So resisted sprints, improving like full range of motion, so like strength, right? So like full range of motion, split squats, your deep squat strength, posterior chain like deadlifts and trap bar deadlifts, stuff like that. But the biggest transfer is going to be like resisted sprints, resisted broad jumps, resisted plyometrics in general. Also like some bounding variations are really good for acceleration. How do I balance my vertical jump workouts with my regular weight room workouts? They should be cohesive. So it shouldn't be like, I'm going to train for a vertical jump right here, and then I'm going to be a bodybuilder later on today, and I'm going to hit legs. You're not hitting legs. Everything goes together. So you're going to train your vertical jump and plyometrics and your strength work all in one workout. It shouldn't be like 5 strength exercises and 5 random plyometric exercises. It should all have cohesion together. What would you recommend for a middle schooler who has never done track before and wants to get super fast? Go do track, find the fastest person in your area and race them constantly. Race them 2-3 times a week. Lefty gang, yes, we are both left-handed. Swagger of black teen solos. I don't know why that was funny. Go-to supplement company, upper echelon. So I should be able to show that actually. Hold up. Can I show that? Okay. This is gonna look a little weird, but whatever, right? So upper echelon. This company right here. Upper echelon supplements. So who runs this company is, and I'm not sponsored. They don't even give me affiliates. Barely sponsor my messages, honestly. The people who run this is PJF and Max Marzo. I live down the street from Max Marzo. He lives in Iowa. He's one of the best strength conditioning coaches in the world. And then PJF is obviously an NBA trainer. And nothing wants to load right now, but either way, you get it. Upper echelon, UE Nutrition. Check them out, right? Back to where we were at. Would bounding be an extensive plyometrics for off days? No. So it depends on how you go for the intensity. If you go for max effort, it can be a very intensive plyometric. It's actually probably the most intensive plyometric on the body. But you can do extensive bounding, which it's kind of like the technique's very hard and you have to do it on grass. But if you learn how to do extensive plyometrics, some videos on it, like low level bounding, it can be really good for an extensive off day. But I wouldn't trust me, you can do other things first, like skipping and like karaoke for extensive times. Can you give a brief overview of fast twitch fibers and how to build them? Thanks. Run fast, rest well, eat well, lift heavy, and also lift light for speed. So do both and do a lot of plyometrics. Plyometrics is actually the number one thing. I don't know why I just did 1, 2, 3 and then never mind. Okay. Do I need to do plyometrics to increase my vertical? Should I just practice jumping and dunking as much as I can? This is actually a great question. So I picked Miles Morales' obsession for this name. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. So this is a good question. If your goal is just dunking, which I promise you is not athleticism, nobody cares. You're going to get a dunk off. People are going to look at you and be like, oh, that's cute, and move on with their day and not think about you later. Okay, nobody cares. But if you just want to dunk, you don't want athleticism, you don't want speed and true vertical jump, like real raw vertical jump athleticism, then yes, all you can do is just do low rim dunks and max effort dunk attempts, even if you're just touching rim 20, 30 times a day, 4 or 5 days a week, and you will eventually dunk. But I promise you, you either have shitty ass knees, you won't be able to produce force, you're going to be slow as shit, you're going to be a terrible athlete, you won't be able to play defense, you're going to be useless. Nobody gives a fuck if you can dunk. But it is good to add on the end of a workout, just for like the stimulus of like some vertical jump aspects like force absorption and stuff like that. But I had to say that because I'm probably going to clip this because a lot of people ask me, should I just be dunking? Like, I just want to dunk. Like, all I care about is dunking. I'm just like, Oh God, bro. Like I can go into days why dunking doesn't matter. Does most of the athleticism come from just sprinting often or jumping frequently? That's actually a really good question. Sprinting is going to give you more athleticism raw by itself than dunking or just jumping. But you want to do both. Like there's no reason not to jump and do like jumping plyometric exercises or max effort jumps like a dunk attempt and mix that in with sprinting. That's a great workout. Honestly, literally 10 to 20 dunk attempts and 5 sets of 20-meter sprints is like a perfect workout. Like 10 1-foot dunk attempts and then 5 times 20 or 6 times 20 on like a track, 20 meters, 20 yards, sprinting, max effort, timed, racing someone is like literally like amazing workout. Not gonna lie. Okay, I think that's all the questions. You guys have more questions, spam me, but we're gonna react to some videos today. All right. Sorry, am I like literally like moaning in my mic right now? Turn this gain down. Is that better? Okay. Hey, what's some core workouts to include? What the hell did you just type? Hey man, I include core workouts in my IPWIF. What does that mean? I'm sorry. Am I just slow? Are you going to be uploading this when it's finished? Yeah, I'm going to be uploading this. Can you build leg muscles from bodyweight workouts? And if so, what exercises? You don't need leg muscles, but just plyometrics actually builds hypertrophy. You guys don't believe me? Plyometrics builds muscle. Let me show you right now. All right. Hypertrophy from plyometrics research paper. Can you guys see this? Shifty. Okay. Let me show you guys this. So effect of plyometric jump training on skeletal muscle hypertrophy in healthy individuals, a systematic review at a multi-level meta-analysis. So meta-analysis means like it's like 10 different research or it's 12 research papers in one. So all the research and results in one. We're going to go straight to conclusion. Never do this, but I'm just going to show you because I already know the answer that plyometrics actually builds a ton of hypertrophy. Is it optimal? Is it bodybuilding training? No, but it doesn't need to be optimal. Numbers of jumps per week. So that's a little too confusing for me to explain. Main effect. Oh my God, they're not trying to like just give me the answer. Contrary to common belief, plyometric jump training seems to include or induce skeletal muscle hypertrophy to a small, moderate magnitude. Such effect appears to be consistent across different ages, sexes, and training experiences. Furthermore, there is evidence that relatively larger hypertrophic adaptations in non-athletes compared with athletes with no clear evidence that either age or sex moderated the effect of the plyometric jump training on skeletal muscle hypertrophy. So what they just said right there, for whoever doesn't understand, is that plyometrics build hypertrophy. That's all you need to know. And I'm sorry if I keep starting over my words. My English is very bad, in case you haven't noticed. My English is very, very bad for a reason. Can you build leg muscle? So yeah, to answer your questions, you can do strength training. You can also do bodyweight strength work, like a single leg squat body weight. You can do a single leg hinge body weight with a backpack and gallon of water, right? You can fill up this water. It's like 5 to 7 pounds right here. You can progressive overload from there, right? There you go, right? In the weight room, should I keep doing it? If you don't know what to do in the weight room at all, go download my free workout. Go to my link tree. It's in my Instagram bio and just download the free workout. I don't need your money. Just download it for free. I do not need your money. If you want us to give me your money, you will get optimal results. But trust me, just go get my free workout. If you have no idea what you're doing, you're in this chat trying to figure out and piece together exercises, just go get my free workout. It will literally give you more results than 90% of people at your school. Just literally it's free. There's nothing where you don't even have to put a credit card or anything. Just go grab the workout. And then when you realize how good it is, go buy the real thing. Like the full thing. Or you can't afford it, just don't. Just get the free workout and keep doing it. How steep should a hill how steep should a hill be? It should be, a lot of people's hills are like this. So they go, wow, you can't even see me. You go like here and it's like boom, like that up. You want it to be like diagonal, very, very slow, steep hill like this. I wish I could find a photo for it, but I tried searching up on the last stream and it was terrible. And then for resisted sprints, if you actually have a sled or a band, 10 to 20% of your body weight. So you just calculate that. Is strengthening your tendons greater than strengthening your muscles? Tendon strength is athleticism. Elastic strength is what it's called. Let's go back to research. So I won't be able to find very conclusive research because there's not a lot of good research on this, right? Elastic strength, but we can go to an article, right? Elastic strength, the ability to overcome resistance with high speed of contraction. Elastic strength is the ability of the tissues to absorb, store, and release energy. Okay, remember this: the ability to overcome resistance with high speed of contraction. So the reason why that's important is because a lot of people ask me, I need to get strong. Like I need strength. I need strength. I need to get stronger to run faster. Strength is 2 to 3 seconds. That is not high speed of contraction. High speed of contraction means 0.1 to 0.3 seconds. Anything past 0.3 seconds is past the slow stress shortening cycle. I'm not going to break down what the slow stress shortening cycle is, but pretty much what that means is the tendon stops working after 0.3 seconds and you're going to use muscular force. Once the muscular force is working, that's slow contraction. That's not high speed contraction. So tendons are more important for your strength than muscular force. Muscular force is really, really important for like pure beginners, people who have never worked out before. Like they're literally like 0 to 2 years of training. They've never touched a weight room. They never touched a workout. They never sprinted. They never jumped. But after that, you need elastic strength, the ability to resist deformation at high speeds, and release, store, release energy. Energy is what athleticism is. Everything you see, like the best athletes in the world are utilizing elastic energy. They're not utilizing muscular force. I can show a good example of like the difference too, but yes, strengthening your tendons is more important than strengthening your muscles. Question: when I'm working on my training, do you think I should Question: when I'm working on my training, do you think I should include multiple different types of jumping and training? I have core included in my training. You should have variation, but you also need consistency. So adding in random stuff has no progressive overload. Progressive overload means improving from the last thing to the next thing, right? So like I lifted 200 pounds today. Next week I lift 210 pounds. Guess what? You increase muscle size, muscle strength. Like literal fact that you increase muscle strength if you improve how much you squatted by 10 pounds, right? It's the same thing with jumping. You don't want to just, I jumped 20 inches today and next week I jumped 21 inches and then I just change the exercises. No, keep doing those exercises and get to the point where you're jumping 30 inches. So you want to do progressive overload, but you also need some variation to expose the tendons and the ankles to different angles and speed of contraction, like we were talking about before. Where's your training? I train in Iowa and Illinois. I have a place in Iowa. I have a new gym actually that's going to be opening up in August. Not really a gym, but it's like my little place. I have my squat rack, my little plyometric places, and my music and all that, and the food there. And you can train. It's going to be my location. It's going to be really cool. And it's mine. Like I own it, which is cool. And then in Illinois, I have like open areas that we can go to, and like some gyms that let me take in like some space and stuff like that. So yeah, Iowa, but also like you want to just do online, you don't want to do in person. Like I have a really affordable program for like college athletes, high school athletes. It's a membership, right? And then I also have like the more expensive programs, but they're like laid out for 4 or 5 months, right? One-time purchase. Online, you can just check my website. Doesn't matter if I take 2 weeks off a jump program as I'm on the holiday and I have nowhere to train. Are you training in? Are you going to the holidays in Jupiter? Is your holiday in the moon? Are you going to the moon for your holiday? You can go outside and train. There's grass. There's gravel. There's concrete. Go train. You got 30 minutes. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Go train. Go shower. Hang out with your family. You're not going to the moon to for a holiday. So you have time to train. There's no reason to take 2 weeks off. You have 30 minutes out your day to train. What is the most common misconception when it comes about getting athletic? Genetics. That's the biggest myth I've ever heard in my entire life. I can actually break it down with some science on top of that. So actually, it's kind of funny. How much of athleticism is determined by genetics? So let's break this down. Does genetics matter? Does genetics matter for your athleticism? I'm going to explain it with some science, some bro science, and some like emotional side of it, right? Bro, real quick. Oh, let me answer your question after this, okay? So the first thing is, what do genetics give to athletes that people cannot achieve? There's one thing that genetics give or two things that genetics give, like that people can get from genetics that other people just flat out cannot achieve. All right. Number one is tendon insertion length, and then how long your muscular length is. So that's how tall you are, right? Literally how tall you are. Like, are you 6 foot? Or are you 5'4"? Are you 6'7"? All right, I'm 5'7". I physically cannot control that. Right, that's genetics. Genetics also tendon insertion. So a poor tendon insertion, I guess, I'm not going to break it down, is are you elastic naturally or are you more muscular dominant naturally, right? Then what are the things that people deem as genetics, but you actually can control and can modify through training? It's going to be fast twitch fibers, muscular strength, explosive strength, reactive strength, your central nervous system. I don't know why people say your central nervous system is not modifiable, right? And then did I say fast twitch fibers? Yeah, fast twitch fibers is completely modifiable through training. Okay, all these things are shown in research. I don't like we can do this right now, right? I'm you guys can look it up yourself, but I'm gonna show you. Whoa, I got some. Okay, let me show you. The first one, this is one that people just don't believe me. Fast twitch fibers, muscle fibers, modification through training. Dr. Andy Galpin. This is the one that's like people are just born with good fast twitch fibers. So I can never find this dude's research because it's always through a paywall. But if you don't want to pay for this research, check out Dr. Andy Galpin. He is the leading researcher in fast twitch fibers, and he breaks down how to train to improve fast twitch fibers and how anyone can train to improve their fast twitch fibers. So you can also improve elastic strength. I don't think I mentioned that as well. So your stretch running cycle can be improved. So elastic power, horizontal power, vertical power, muscular force, all these things you can improve. Tendon stiffness, ankle stiffness, tendons compliance, all these things that you probably don't even know what that means, but these are all the aspects that go into athleticism. And there's not a single thing besides height that you cannot modify through training. Dr. Andy Galpin. If you look at their, like, I'll link it. I'll link his podcast after I post this. He'll explain it. His research is always through a paywall, so none of you guys are gonna pay for it anyway. So just watch his podcast. I promise you, he's literally a doctor. He's a leading research in fast twitch fibers. All this is modifiable through training. So genetics does not matter. If you can improve your stretch running cycle, which is the number one most important thing for athleticism, your genetics do not matter. So that's the scientific side, all right? Cool, all right? You guys get it? Factually, I can prove with research that genetics just flat out don't matter besides your height. Boo-hoo, you're not going to go to the NBA because you're 5'7". Boo-hoo, you can still be an amazing athlete, all right? You can still be a college-level athlete. It doesn't matter, all right? You're 5'6", you're not going to the NBA. Cry about it, okay? Go be a trainer, all right? Go be a D1 athlete. There's literally a 5'5" guy at Kansas State who's like averaging 30 right now, shooting from half court. You can do the same thing. You can also dunk on people you want to, all right? Boo-hoo, all right? The next thing with the whole genetics conversation, or go run track, right? Literally short people who run track all the time, like Christian Coleman, who's like literally, he says he's 5'8", but he's literally 5'6", and he's actually running like 9.7, right? But obviously he's out for drugs, but boo-hoo, right? Next thing is the emotional side, right? So I don't know why I can't word this correctly, the emotional side, but it's just like what is the purpose? All right, I just proved to you that literally genetics does not matter, all right? It's complete bullshit, but why would it matter if it did? Why does it matter to you that you're being held back by genetics? I'm not talking to anybody. I'm talking about in general because I get this question every single day. Why does genetics matter enough to hold you back? I just proved to you that scientifically, genetics does not matter at all, right? Besides height, okay? So it might prevent you from playing a specific sport. Boo-hoo. But if you can modify your genetics through training, why would you even stop if you have poor genetics? If life said, you know what, I was born with these genetics, I flat out cannot get a 40-inch vertical. Why would it matter? Why would you not try? There is no written in stone answer saying I can't do this. I physically cannot run 10.2. It is physically impossible for me to run 10.2. It's physically impossible for me to have 40 inch vertical. Faith is not like your life is not written out on a paper. You can believe in God, you can believe in multiple faiths, you can believe in religion, but it does not change the fact that your life is not written out. It's not on a predetermined destiny. You do not have a predetermined like a script. Like the world isn't a script, okay? You have complete control over your life. So there is no reason to worry about it. If you have complete control, especially now that you understand, like people who might not have known, now you understand like it's completely modifiable through training, then there is no reason to even wonder, oh, what if my genetics aren't good enough? What if this? What if that? What if I can't do this? Because now you're gonna be looking in the past and like I didn't give it all because I was worried about my genetics. All right, I can't word myself correctly because I am tired and I'm all over the place, but that's my little rant for today. And hopefully that helps some people realize that shit does not matter. You should not be worried about it at all. And you can do whatever you put your mind to. All right, you guys want to know something about me? I have terrible genetics. My whole family is fat. Every single human in my family is fat, short, 5'6", short, fat, not good athletes. Everyone sucks at athleticism, right? Whatever sport it was, they suck at track, they suck at basketball, they suck at football, they all suck. Okay, and I'm still a great athlete. I'm an amazing athlete. I run 4.5 in a 40-yard. I literally tore my ankle, and I'm already back, and I'm dunking again. I'm gonna be having videos out soon showing me dunking again. Like, I am back to good. I am strong as shit. I can squat 405. I can deadlift this. I can squat. I can deadlift this. I can squat this. I can bench press this. I can do all these things. And I have terrible genetics. Does that not mean I have to work harder than most people? Of course, I have to work harder and for longer. But it doesn't matter. You shouldn't stop yourself just because you are just like me, 5'7", chubby, meant to be fat, and you have everything written against you at the wall. If you ever watched Naruto, nothing matters. You have to keep going. So there's no reason to never train. I'm looking just rambling right now, and I'm literally just talking over the place. But either way, that's my little rant for today. Boo, right? You guys are okay. You don't need good genetics. I already proved by science. I will link the research to prove to you that you can literally do whatever you want, no matter what your genetics are. Besides height, if you're short, who cares? People like short people anyways. Short people are cute. I don't know why the fuck I just said that. But either way, bro, real question. I have the body and ability to get up. I'm not sure if my technique or not. Oh, if it's just my technique or not. Can't seem to consistently slam it down, you know. Oh man, there's a lot to go with, like, inconsistency with your ability to dunk and stuff. If you're short like me, it's gonna be very consistent. Like, you're gonna be able to dunk one day and not be able to dunk for a whole year. Like, when I got my first dunk off, nothing changed. I never got injured or anything. I wasn't able to dunk for a whole year after that. Like, I got a dunk in game, like during the warm-ups. I have people who literally watch me. I can have like 10 people like literally say, yes, I saw that dunk. I wasn't able to dunk for a whole year. Like, there's so many things that go into like your ability to be able to dunk and not, and a lot of it is technique. You have inconsistent technique. You know, some days it's going to click and some days it's not because of adrenaline. So when your adrenaline's high, your technique might be perfect. You don't even know how because you're subconscious. You have no idea. You're not being conscious of your body. And then there's also something called the Golgi tendon. So the Golgi tendon is your, how do I want to word this? PJF says it in a good way where he says it's like your annoying mom who cares about you. She's telling you don't go out tonight. You don't want to hurt yourself. That's what the Golgi tendon is stopping you to do. So when your adrenaline's high, your Golgi tendon is desensitized, so you're able to produce way more force than you probably shouldn't be able to do. So maybe one day you have 30 people around you, they're all hyping you up, and you got a crazy dunk off, right? So you got this crazy dunk off, and then when you're by yourself, you don't have that adrenaline. No one's hyping you up. You can't get the dunk off because your Golgi tendon is preventing you from producing your max effort of force or your max potential of force. So adrenaline plays a huge role in it. And if you're struggling to get another dunk off, try doing it with people around you. Like, try getting people to hype you up and just get in that moment again. And then in terms of technique, you can DM me and I can send you some drills to really clean up your technique so you can be more consistent. The ball lets go before I can slam it. You know, yeah, no, that happens to me all the time. You probably just need another inch or two on your vertical. And also, like with me, I have like literal T-Rex arms. So my wingspan is 3 inches below average for my height. So I have literally T-Rex arms. Like, I'm literally like this, right? So that also means my hands are small. So my hands are super small. So you have to be able to kind of like do like a curve to your dunk, or else it's always gonna slip out your hands. Like for me, I always get high enough to dunk, but the ball always slips out my hands because I just literally cannot palm it to save the life of me. Excuse me. I am around 6 foot, range around 200, but quick, and I got slim muscle. Yeah, try working on like 2 foot dunks and stuff like that, or 2 hand dunks. Yo, what's up? Dr. Andy Goppin. Thoughts on knees over toe, guys? Would it be bulletproof? It's actually impossible to bulletproof your legs. So anyone who says that is lying to you for marketing reasons. They're trying to sell to you because they're trying to give you this idea that it's possible for you to completely bulletproof your legs where you can never get injured again. It's physically impossible. It's just a marketing tactic. We're going to do a presentation pretty soon on knees over toes guy. I'm not going to shit on him, but I'm going to break down the real truth about his training and what it is for athletes because I do not agree with all the purposes. He's a great person though. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Have you ever interacted with Akada Fitness? No. There is a 5'2" D1 point guard. That's facts. That's facts. Do knees over toes guys give good vertical jump advice? No. I'll say it. You can clip in and send it to him if you want. He doesn't. The biggest thing is that he says plyometrics just don't work. Like, I don't believe in plyometrics. Oh my God. I can go into like a literal 2-hour rant about how much bullshit that is. And it's just because he probably trained to dunk for multiple years, which dunking in itself is a plyometric. And then once he was able to get it off, he said, oh, I tore my ACL and then I healed it and I'm dunking again. And he has like this perfect story and he's really amazing at explaining himself. So it sounds perfect, but I don't believe in plyometrics is actually a ridiculous statement. And compressing the knee through every single exercise is also ridiculous. But I'll break it down. I'm gonna break it down in a very digestible way that makes sense. So it doesn't sound like I'm just hating, because I actually have like method to my madness. And I'm not the only person who thinks this either. The only limitations we have is ourselves. Thank you, because you explain it better than I ever can. I literally can't speak English. In case you guys didn't know, English is like almost my second language at this point. I know a lot of Spanish, and then I unlearned Spanish, and then I was held back in English. So you ever like see me struggling with my words? I physically do not know English. I was actually slow in school. I was a very bad student. I'm smart now because I learned how to learn, but my biggest weakness is explaining myself. So you have to give me some time, because I physically do not know English. Like there's a lot of words and grammar, like ways you phrase sentences, I literally just don't know how to do. I was held back a lot in school because of the whole like switching languages back and forth. That's motivating. Thank you. Inspirational moment. Thank you. Link for your training. Go to my Instagram. So JustJumari on Instagram, JustJumari on TikTok. I have a link tree. You click that link tree. You can also go to my YouTube about, and there will be a link tree there for any of my training programs or free workouts. I took a week off of track. I want to go with a program, but my parents haven't paid yet. So what should I do? Try my free workout. If you're just like waiting before you can pay for one of my programs, do my free speed workout from the Speed Academy. I long jump 19 feet. I'm be a junior next year. How much can I improve? You can win state next year. I'm not going to say that, but it's very possible for you to place a state. Why did it stop for a year? Man, how can I do? What? Bro, stop roasting yourself? Oh, I'm not roasting myself. I'm just being very I'm just telling the truth. Like I'm very aware. Like that's honestly one of my strongest traits, that I'm able to be very aware of myself without like beating myself to the ground. Sometimes I can be like a little like perfectionist and I can beat myself to the ground a lot, but I'm just like telling the truth. I heard about the curve, bro. I'm so lost. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. How would you modify the free workout for horizontal jumpers? I wouldn't. That's acceleration workout, which improves horizontal power. So it's actually the perfect workout for long jumpers and triple jumpers. You could add some jump practice, I guess, at the end. Maybe like instead of like some of the plyometrics, check out like maybe one of the plyometric exercises and add some like long jump practice, like 2 or 3 or 4 back set for long jumps or triple jumps. But yeah, I wouldn't really change anything. What should I do after basketball games to properly recover and be ready for the next day when I have another game, just for proper routine? After basketball games to properly recover. The biggest thing is to give yourself 5 minutes to breathe. Kind of like meditate. Like some people, you can believe in meditation or not, but why meditation does work, you don't have to believe in like the spiritual side of it or inspiration, whatever, like the mental side, but it does put you in a parasympathetic nervous system state. So, which means it puts your brain into recovery mode, which lets you relax, right? So once you can do that, you'll be able to recover instantly. A lot of people, they'll like go play music or like give themselves stimulation, which keeps their brain in the sympathetic nervous system, which stops them from recovering. And that's wonder why they feel like shit the next day. I was dunking at 13 with just plyometrics and weights, made me lose my jump. Yeah, it's very common for weight training to make you lose your vertical jump. I preach it, but I do weight training. Like I'm not a hater. I'm very, very well versed in weight training. Like I actually do velocity based lifting, which is like the most advanced lifting anyone can do. So if you know me in person and you've done my training in person, I'll have you on like velocity trackers. Like I do very, very intense lifting, but online I usually don't promote that because it's just too complicated. Almost done with phase 1 of just sprint. My flying 10 PR went down from 1.4 to 1.15. Guys, I produce results. Y'all see this right here? I did not make this up. Sway. I get results, people. I've trained real athletes. I trained guys who run 4.4, 10.2s, 10.4s with my own hands, with my own dirty fingers, bruh. I get real results. I'm happy for you. I'm very, very happy for you. Keep grinding, bro. You get through that whole thing, we might see a sub 1, which is real speed. That's that real speed right there. But just for people who don't understand track times, dropping 0.2 to 0.3 in any sprint, any type of time is ridiculous, especially 1 month, even if it was 2 months. I'm 5'10" and I could touch around 10'6", but can't hold the ball in my hands. If you could touch 10'6", it doesn't matter if you can't hold the ball. You'll be throwing that motherfucker down. But if you're struggling with holding the ball in the hands, just focus on like coordination. Like you can suck the ball in a way where you could curve it into your hand, like with momentum. So like things like this, right? Or things like this, where you're pulling it back and then throw it forward, right? Since dunking is a true showcase of athleticism, what areas of basketball do you think displays so much athleticism? Change of direction. You want to know who the most athletic person in the league right now to me is? Deceleration, change of direction, Kyrie Irving. Whoa, he doesn't dunk. Like, he can dunk, but he doesn't throw it down. He just throws like the little flushers. But he can decelerate on a dime, change directions. You want to know someone who has underrated athleticism, but they call him fat and a terrible athlete? James Harden. James Harden is one of the best change of directions in the league, and he is one of the best decelerators in the league. He could literally decelerate thousands of newtons of force in milliseconds. If you guys try to do that, you would tear your ACL instantly. Literally instantly. If you guys try to decelerate the way he does with the amount of speed he brings in. So deceleration, speed. So people like De'Aaron Fox, speed is really, really important. Change direction, deceleration. Those are the most three important things for basketball in terms of like raw athleticism. If you can dunk, I don't give a fuck. Like, even like those people who ride the bench, like, what's that guy from Miami who had a crazy vertical jump? Is like, not De'Aaron, but it started with a D. He was a crazy vertical jumper. Or even like Mac McClung. Mac McClung is amazing. I don't want to say that because he actually is a really good athlete. I don't know, like Aaron Gordon a couple years ago, like before he became a good scorer like he is now when he was playing on the Magic Orlando, like he was just a dunker. Like, that stuff doesn't impress me, especially because he was also 6'8". But I'm just hating. I'm actually a hater. No. You have any training for long jump? The Speed Academy is amazing for long jump. I followed you, bro. Prince, life is me. I DM'd you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I respond to you. Can you make the NBA at 22 from a community college, then D1, then the league if you never played for a team, but you always trained and picked up and played well against D1 players, or give up? I'm not going to say give up. So if you are the first person to ever do this, be the first person. Jimmy Butler was the first person. I'm trying to think of other people. The other guy in the Miami Heat was also like an unrecruited person. Like, he didn't get drafted. I think he played on some like community college or D1 team or like D2 team. Jimmy Butler played on like a D2 team. Jimmy Butler was homeless. There's thousands of people. I mean, people who are a little more well versed in the NBA right now, because I haven't been watching recently. A lot of people who've done like the crazy JUCOs to NBA type shit. You just gotta believe in yourself. You can do whatever you think you can. 10-meter fly, and even if you don't make it, give it your all so you don't regret it, or go overseas, or get so good that you can train other people. 10-meter fly with a 30-meter run-in time versus 40-yard time. What's the differences might be? You don't need a 30-meter run-in for a 10-meter fly. You only need like 15 to 20 meters. So it's just kind of useless. You're gonna start decelerating, and at 40-meter time, like you would for a build up for a fly, you're building up. So you're not going max effort at the start. You're building up to hit your max speed at 10 meters. So that's why you can't build up for 30 meters. Like, you need to build up for like 10 to 20 meters. 40-yard time, you're going all out at the beginning. So it's completely two different things. But I wouldn't even build up for 30 meters. I'm also 5'9". Whatever you think you can do it. I'll never tell you can't. Would your training improve someone's sprint form in any way or just make them faster? I feel like that's the only something you can get in person. No, so this is what a lot of people get misconceptions about sprint form. That's actually another huge misconception, is that sprint form is developed through the structure. You cannot coach someone to have good sprint form. You can coach someone to have good sprint form, and they'll have great sprint form during drills, but the second they race someone, all that shit goes away. That's not a bad coach. It's the fact that you physically cannot tell someone, this is how you run, this is the model you follow, now go do it at max velocity, at max speed. It's not going to happen. You have to train the structure for the sprint form to come naturally. So in my training, the Speed Academy, we train the structure in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, even phase 4, and all the way throughout the entire program, but mainly the first two phases, where you're developing the ankle stiffness and the hip flexor strength and the glute strength and the specific positions you need to be strong in. That way they come when you sprint. We're not going to give you 1,000 drills and make you drill and tell you all these cues, because cues don't work. They don't work at max speed. It's going to go away. So hopefully that helps. Any training you should be doing should be improving the structure of the body, and the technique will come with. Bro, how to complete 800 meters in 2:30? My time is 3. You got to grind, bro. You got another year or 2 years ahead of you. Don't try to do it in like 10 seconds. You got to improve. You need to get faster. You need to improve aerobic fitness. You should be running very frequently, and you should be having speed training at least once or twice a week. 800 meters is more of a sprint than people make it out to be. Sprinting goes all the way up to 800 meters until the mile. Like, the mile is a long distance race, but 800 meter and down, that's a sprint. So improve your sprint speed. I am 42. Can you help a senior former athlete do 11 seconds in range in 100 meter? If you do the Speed Academy, we have regressions and progressions depending on what level you are as an athlete. So you can do the regressions to be able to improve yourself no matter what age you are. I think you can run 11 seconds. Swiper. Yeah, no, De'Aaron Fox is cold. What should I focus on during the offseason as a sprinter? Number 1, the Speed Academy. Number 2, a free workout from the Speed Academy in my bio. Number 2, 3, speed training. Just in general, you don't do any of my speed workouts. You need to be sprinting twice a week. You could do lifting and plyometrics with that, but sprinting no matter what, resistance sprints and time sprints twice a week with good volume, good rest. But I also have a free workout that does that all for you. No reason to even do guesswork. Like, do the stuff that gets real results. Like, I've trained real athletes, guys who run real times, like sub 10.6 times. How does Akeem Black look so small but so fast? What are some things he does in his mechanics? Like mechanics have, I don't know who Akeem Blake is, but like mechanics have a portion to do with it, but a lot of his elastic strength. So you hear early in the stream, elastic strength, elastic power, rate of force development. That's a lot of things you can develop without size. So you look at, I have 2 videos saying like how to run faster without being with being small, stuff like that. I have like 3 videos on that topic, and it breaks down why these athletes are so small but they're so fast. It's actually really good videos. So they're like my best videos, I'm not gonna lie. So you just go to my YouTube, you should be able to find them. It's very obvious I'm talking about that topic. Gabe Vincent, I don't know who that is. Even LeBron was homeless. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you're talking about like athletes. Yeah, like all these guys have went through the trenches. Like, and people gone through the trenches. They've gone through Division I colleges or D2 colleges, D3 colleges, JUCO. You know, the craziest odds, and they're able to overcome it. So whatever you think you can do it. If you don't think you could do it, then you're right. You won't be able to do it. But if you think you do it, then you're also right. We enjoy your streams. Literally 6 guys watching your stream right now in the room just listening to. We love your content, all 6 of us. Man, oh my god, that is such an amazing fucking statement, bro. I appreciate you guys so much. That, I don't know why, that hit my heart, bro. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone for watching. Even 10 people are in here or 2 people are in here. Like, man, you guys have changed my life. So many people changed my life. You guys have no idea what I came from. If you actually got my daily life habits, I sent it in my email list. You get a real big long backstory about my life, and you'll understand. Like, I really appreciate you guys. You guys took me out of the gutter just for watching. Just the people who even watch my YouTube have taken me out the gutter with YouTube alone, and the people who actually support like my programs and my videos. You guys have completely changed my life, so I really appreciate that so much. How high do you think Olympic high jumpers would dunk? Oh man, so it's kind of hard. I've actually seen some really good high jumpers who struggle with dunking because the high jump is a very specific approach, right? And dunking is a lot about variability. So you need to be able to have a lot of different approaches and be able to handle a lot of different angles in the ankle. But high jump is, I have this one approach, I run this curve exactly the same way every single time, and I'm going to decelerate in this exact millisecond the exact same way every single time. Dunking is never like that. Everything's different every time you dunk. You dunk from different angles. You don't sprint in a curve and then do a backwards dunk. You go straight and then you decelerate your body. You go off 2 feet, left, right, left, left foot, right foot, corners, wings, top of the key, with a defender, without a basketball, with a basketball. There's so much variability to it. So a lot of Olympic high jumpers actually struggle. Like, I've seen a guy who jumps 7 feet in Olympic, right? Or 6'10", right? In like high jump, like he's literally a state champ and he can dunk, but it doesn't look good. He'll never do it in game. Like, he can only do it with nobody there. But it's like the most elastic and most powerful athletes you could possibly imagine. These are the best athletes you can even think in the entire world. A 7-foot high jumper, a 6'10" high jumper, but the angles and variability plays a huge role in it. And neuromuscular coordination as well. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I was gonna give up. All I'm gonna say, man, if you think, wow, my brain just the music is throwing me off right now. I'm sorry, but yeah, if you think you can't do it, then you can't. But if you think you can, you will be able to, and that shit will always hold true. Pokemon, non-copyright music. Let's get some non-copyright Pokemon music here. Non-copyright. If I get copyrighted for this, bro, it's gonna be boxing with me and YouTube, bro. Me and the YouTube devs are gonna throw it down. Okay. What do you think about Squatty Ron's Joel Smith exercise? I actually have that in my program. So the Speed Academy in phase 1 and 2, I have Squatty Runs. I really do believe in Joel Smith. Joel Smith, it's interesting. A lot of people say, they're like, people who like kind of understand the athletic training sphere, they'll be like, Justin, you're like another PGF. they say I'm another PJF. If you actually know like what I'm talking about, you're really listening to what I'm saying, I'm actually much more closer to Joel Smith than I am to PJF. Like, I know a lot about Joel Smith, like all his training. I've read all of his books, all his courses, and I paid hundreds of dollars for consultations. He's my favorite coach. He's not the greatest at social media, I'll say that. It's very hard to get a hold of him, but when I was able to get a hold of him, I got a lot of good value from him. So yeah, most of my information is more of the Joel Smith side of things. If hues don't work, should I clear my head when I sprint? Yes. When you sprint, the number one thing to think about is nothing. You don't even think I need to react. Don't think about absolutely anything. Completely clear your brain. And if you're like, I can't, like it's impossible, you're so stuck in your head, breathe in seconds. So when you're breathing through your nose, that's part one. Now count the seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you count the time, you'll be able to let go of internal and external factors, and the only thing you're thinking about is your breath. Now, once that goes away and you stop breathing and you're in the box, your brain will be completely clear. You guys can try it right now, but if you don't want to, try it at your next track meet or when you race someone. You will clear your brain. And also, just in general, try to stop thinking. Like, try to get that overthinking mindset and just trust what you're doing and trust your training program, trust your coaches. Do not overthink. Do not try to do extra than what other people are telling you to do. Stride length dependent on height. Stride length is dependent on vertical force. So, like, yes, obviously height has a role in it. Like, if your legs are longer, you're gonna have longer stride lengths. But that doesn't automatically make you faster. Like, look at Christian Coleman. He has great stride length, and he's short. He's 5'6", 5'7", because he produces a lot of vertical force. Sorry, I'm talking without breathing. I need water, actually. Is it good to sprint and jump in multiple planes? Yes, there is. That's a great question. That's an amazing question. Yes, you should be training the frontal plane, sagittal plane, all that, really important. How do you properly breathe during sprinting? I wouldn't overthink it. Whatever you do naturally. The only thing I would avoid is like this. Try to avoid that. That's not optimal. In through the nose, out through the mouth is usually best. Yes, sir, bro. You bussin'. I appreciate it. Love you, Mari. Is my name Mari? Is Mari somewhere here? Who the fuck is Mari? Bro, this music is not hitting. It's not hitting, bro. It's not hitting. Hold up, bro. Hold up. Kingdom Hearts. Copyright. No copyright music. No, the only issue with no copyright music is that Sonic no copyright music. We'll just play a different playlist of no copyright songs. No, if it doesn't say no copyright, I'm not clicking it. I'm sorry. Oh, Zelda, perfect. Okay. I don't know who the fuck is Mari. I forgot the quote, but it said, "He who says he can and he who says he can't are both right." That pin this, bro. Oh my God, this is hitting right now. I forgot how the quote went, but it said, "He who says he can and he who says he can't are both right." This is the number one quote of your guys' entire existence. Keep this in your mind, all right? This is so important. Your training philosophy makes so much sense. We appreciate you. Dude, it's so hard because I really cannot tell if I make sense. So I really appreciate it because I have all this information in my head, and sometimes I could just be I spit scientific facts, but it's not applicable. So sometimes I talk too scientific. It doesn't make any sense, but I do appreciate that. Some people can't understand what I'm trying to put together. Everyone 10.9 right now as a rising senior. What do you think I can get with your program? I don't like to throw out numbers, but you should be able to go up sub 10.7, 10.5-ish, depending on how long you have. If you have 8 months, we're talking some real numbers. That's all I'm going to say. But if you have 2-3 months, then we can get to that 10.7 or sub. Especially because you're well trained. You're obviously really fast. So it's not okay, do my 12-month program, you're just going to run a 9.9. I'm not going to say that. That's obviously bullshit. But you should be able to make some good gains still. You just have to be more patient since you're obviously more trained. You have more experience. So it's harder to make gains at the level you're at. I had shin splints for almost a year. Sometimes they get so bad that I can't practice with them. What should I do? Improve gastroc strength and soleus strength. So that's calf raise and then seated calf raise. You want to get really, really strong, loaded calf raises with dumbbells and barbells, and seated calf raises with a seated calf raise machine or dumbbells on your knees. That's going to be the number one thing. And then you also need internal tibia rotation. You have no idea what I'm talking about right there, but I can DM you an exercise of what internal tibia rotation is. And once you do those type of exercises, you unlock the tibia internal and external rotation of the frontal tibia and the anterior tibia. I'm sorry. The pain should loosen up a lot. So yeah, you could DM me. Anyone who has shin splints, you could DM me and I can give you kind of like a list of exercises, or not list, but like a little mini routine that should clean that up. And also cut back volume by 10 to 20%. That's always my first thing. Cut back whatever your training volume is by 10 to 20%. Start running on some grass. Just cut back on that impact on the joints. Is it possible to increase the length and flexibility of your Achilles tendon? Yes, but you will hurt yourself. Don't do that shit. Stop static stretching. You're just gonna hurt yourself. Do max effort jumps self-intensify? That's actually a really good question. It depends on the intent. If you have a goal, then max effort jumps is the best stimulus and is the most intense stimulus. But if you don't have a goal and you're just like, oh, I think I'm jumping 30 inches, that's just not gonna mean anything. But if you're like, I'm gonna dunk this fucking basketball and I'm gonna slam that shit, and if I don't, I'm gonna try again, that's gonna make sure you get that max intensity, that max stimulus for your vertical jump. It'll give you the best vertical jump gains. Hey Justin, I know you said mechanics don't help sprints, but when I did mechanics, it made me run faster. So it's really, really, really good. It's a great, great question. Placebo is a motherfucker. Everyone say it with me again. No, I have two answers for this. Placebo is, placebo effect. A beneficial effect produced by placebo drug or treatment which cannot be attributed to the property of the placebo itself and must therefore be due to the patient's belief in the treatment. So all I'm trying to say is, it doesn't mean you did anything wrong, but if you believed it worked, it's going to work. So if you did this drill and you said, man, if I feel better, it just feels better, I don't know if it's scientifically right or wrong, guess what? You're going to run better. It's just a fact. If you believe it's going to work, it's going to work. That goes all the way back to the he who says he can and he who says he can't are both right. If you believe it's going to work, it will work. It doesn't matter what it is. You can eat McDonald's. If you say this McDonald's burger is going to make me faster, the next day you're going to run faster. I know that sounds like, okay, you're actually just chatting at this point. I'm not chatting. It's literally the placebo effect. So there is some general, like if you're a beginner and your form is terrible, there is some learning effects that you can get at the neurological level that can be really helpful from just doing A drills or like resisted A drills, A skips and stuff like that. But once you become half decent technique, like it's just above average or average, you're just not going to get anything. But once again, placebo, if you believe it's going to work, it's going to work. That motherfucker is going to work, bro. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, man, I have to pee. I won't lie. How should you divide? Okay, let me pee real quick. Can you guys give me 1 second? 1 second. Please give me 1 second. I'm going to pee. Literally, nobody leave. Just 1 second. 1 second. It's going to take me 2 seconds. I'm going to answer all your guys' questions. All right, look at this Zelda real quick. I'm back. I washed my hands, I promised. I'm back. Okay, back to the questions. Oh my god. Oh, we lost nobody. We actually gained people. I'm sorry, I had to pee really bad. So yeah, just to answer your question, placebo works, and also at a very beginner level, neurological benefits will happen, and neuromuscular coordination, things like that, and you will improve. But after that, you won't see much. But yes, you will get faster from doing some drills sometimes. And it always depends. Sometimes it just clicks, and sometimes there's no science to break it down. Like, just nothing explains it. It just works. All right? Like, sometimes science just doesn't matter, and bro science works. And bro science is just, you know what? It felt good, and it worked, and I think it does this, and it just does that. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. How should you divide basic strength training and plyometric sprinting, jumping workout like days? How many sessions per week? You usually want to do your max effort explosiveness workouts 2 to 3 times a week. I can't breathe, sorry. And then how to divide it, it can get really, really complex depending on like French contrast training, regular training, conjugate, doing contralateral work, unilateral work, bilateral work, I can just name things that make it more complicated, but I can go into this for days, right? If you want to see how I would like structure a workout, do my free workout. The Speed Academy is in my link tree. You'll see how I structure it. But it's just a long conversation that I can just go into for days. And right. How to improve rate of force development, right? Rate of force development is, so you have, sorry, this song sucks. Hold up, this song sucks. No, it's too loud. This song sucks. Okay. How to improve rate of force development. So rate of force development is one of the most important things for athleticism. All right. You have a cup, and out this cup, that doesn't make sense. You have a potential, right? 100% potential. This is how strong you are. You can squat 400 pounds. That's 100% potential. But rate of force development means how much you utilize of that potential. So you have 100% right here. And I don't know why I'm using my arm. It's not going to make any sense anyways. And you can only use 60%. But as you improve rate of force development, maybe your strength improves maybe 5 or 10 pounds. So it pretty much stays the same. But instead of using 60%, you're using 70 to 80%. You really want to improve that. You want to get to the point where you're using 100% of your potential. It will never happen, but it is very possible through training. Technically, it's possible through rate of force development training. So that's sprint training, resisted jump training, resisted sprint training, velocity-based lifting. So lifting for speed. And it could also be lifting for slow strength, like improving max strength also improves rate of force development, but also can decrease a lot of other things, which you don't want. So you don't always, like, when your goal is like, I need to improve my force output, like I have all this potential, I need to access this potential, you should be going for more velocity based things versus heavy things, right? There goes my basic answer. Hey, I got pinned by the GOAT. You're the GOAT. That name is the GOAT. Hip flexor training has proved so much my hernia like growing pain. Interesting. Very interesting. Did you also start walking more? Like, I'm not trying to be a dickhead. I'm actually just asking. Like, did you start walking more often? Or did you, like, were you sitting a lot and then you just decided to start walking more? It's true that some people's bodies don't get injured as much as others because I never had some injuries, but others have. Yeah, genetics, and this is the one time I will say genetics can give you more injuries based on your structure. Like me, I am more prone because of how I am. I'm short, fat, stocky. I'm more prone to have ACL injuries. Right? Less Achilles injuries because I have more calf. So my calf is bigger because I'm shorter, I'm stockier. Because my calf muscle is bigger, the Achilles has less strain, right? Is less, like there's more armor around the Achilles, if that makes sense. But some people who have small Achilles, they might have more Achilles pain because they're taller, leaner, naturally smaller and slimmer. 6 foot and up, they might have more Achilles pain easier, or they might have more knee pain because their quads aren't as big as my quads, so they don't get knee pain in the front of the kneecap. So that's where like the structure of your body can play like a big role in that. Should I just do the Speed Academy instead of my high school track coach's program? If he has a summer track coach program, I promise you mine is better. Like if I was a high school coach, I'd be the #1 high school coach in the entire world, or in the entire US. That's a fact. Where do I DM you? Instagram. So JustJumari. I have JustJumari on YouTube, JustJumari on TikTok, JustJumari on Instagram. Message me anywhere. And then my email is justjumari17@gmail.com. Can we DM our starts and you analyze them on stream or shorts? I'll do them on shorts, so DM me. I'm not gonna do everyone's. I might do like the first 3 people DM me. I'll do that. Do you condone multiple trainings a day, typically hooping and then doing lifting and then continuing Kobe type injury? No, I actually have a video why Kobe's like work ethic is dumb, but basketball is really like, it's complicated because you can't always hoop then lift right away in the same workout. You have to do it split out. So if you split it between 6 hours, it actually works perfectly. So you lift in the morning and then hoop at nighttime, or like in my situation, I don't hoop until 6 p.m. So 6 to 10. So I lift and do all my plyometric training in the morning, then I wait 6 hours and then I hoop at 6 p.m. So it just depends. I can always explain it later. Opinions on a program called FastU. For a lot of people who don't know, FastU is one of the best track coaches in the world. Okay, he was my original mentor. We had a falling out. He was one of the best. He's the best track coach in Texas. He taught me everything I know. My first 1 or 2 years of learning how to study and stuff like that, and like learning how to improve people's speed. He taught me a lot. And then I kind of get emotional about this, so I don't want to talk about it, but he just blocked me. And then some things were said. Some people told him that I stole stuff from him or whatever it was. I don't even know, because you look at both our programs, they're completely different. Like, we don't program the same at all. but like I paid for a lot of consultations for him. He mentored me. He was like literally a father figure to me. And then like just never talked to me again. Unfollowed me on everything, blocked me here, blocked me there, stopped talking to me, doing some very like shady comments on my post. And like some people, like, who cares? Like, it's just social media. But like, we had a very, very close relationship. So I'm never gonna say anything. He's a great person. He's an amazing person. But I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did wrong. So yeah. So basically, just become more confident to the point where it's borderline delusion. Delusion is the biggest thing for improvement. You have to be delusional because no one's gonna believe in you besides yourself. Sprint training. Yeah, sprint training. Stride rate and stride frequency can enhance it. What can you do to enhance it? Oh, sorry. It's such a complicated discussion. You know, core strength, ankle stiffness, vertical force. There you go. That and rate of force development. That's like, and there's like a whole thing like angular thigh velocity. You can look into that. That's where some like form drills actually can help, like A switches and resisted A switches can help with angular thigh velocity, which is like that raw ability to increase the stride rate, which is what a lot of people struggle with. It's very it's a complicated subject. I'll make a video about it where I can like have like a script to it. Like I don't want to kind of talk off the head and just start spewing nonsense because it is complicated. Can you expand on static stretches? Do you believe you should never static stretch? Why I thought it was good for post-workout. Yes, I don't believe in static stretching. So if you watch my posts, I've made some really deep posts about it, breaking down the research. I kind of don't feel like doing that right now, but all I'm going to explain here is that static stretching doesn't, this is the most recent research. I can show you guys all the research to this. Static stretching does not reduce injury, and it increases long-term injuries, but it reduces strains. So strains is a muscle strain, a 1 week injury, but long-term injuries is a ACL, is tendon injury. So ACL, Achilles tendon, patellar tendon tears, literal tears. So static stretching for long periods of time and very frequently increases ACL tears, ACL tears, Achilles tears, and patellar tendon tears, right? Which means you're out for 8 to 12 months. So if we know static stretching increases that, but it reduces strains, which one would you rather have? Would you rather have the potential to tear your Achilles and be out for a year and never recover for the next 3 years, or get a strain every couple weeks because you didn't static stretch after a workout? There you go. Now, the reason why static stretching feels so good, it feels like, oh my God, I'm actually transforming something, like I'm improving so much, is because of, like we talked about earlier, breathing, a parasympathetic nervous system. So you're static stretching, you're relaxing the brain, which promotes recovery, which starts the recovery process, which gives you great endorphins, makes you feel amazing. So that's why you automatically like, oh my God, I feel amazing. And a lot of people are legitimately emotionally tied to static stretching. It's actually impossible for them to believe that it's better or worse. So it's technically not bad because it makes you feel good, and that placebo effect and the parasympathetic nervous system, you can, promote recovery. That's fine, but it doesn't actually do anything. So the reason why I say don't do it at all, the reason why I say I talk against it, I say don't do static stretching, is because there's other things you could do to fill in that time slot and not have that high risk of Achilles tears and ACL tears. Because in most recent research, it is increasing ACL tears and Achilles tears, right? You don't even want to worry about that at all. So let's just take it out and let's just do breathing. Let's just do an extensive plyometric circuit, right? And then people talk about flexibility and mobility. Flexibility does not transfer to sport because the time under, not time under tension, but velocity, right? So it's sport, everything's 0.1 to 0.2 seconds, 0.3 seconds. Stretching, you have to sit there to actually increase muscle length will take, oh my God, you have to stretch for 10 minutes at a time. So you don't stretch for 10 minutes at a time, you're not going to increase muscle length. And mobility is also velocity specific. So static stretching does not improve mobility or anything in terms of injury prevention, in terms of high velocity movement. So there's my little mini rant. But I have some very good research, well put together, articles on it that you can check on my Instagram. And I'm probably going to put them on my website too. So it's just all in one spot. You can search it up through Google instead of having to scroll through my posts. Difference on training athletes versus Gen Pop. What is Gen Pop? If you can put that down. What's your views on extensive tempo and intensive tempo? I don't like intensive. I like extensive. I don't like intensive, really ever. While you're on the topic, do you agree with Kobe's insane work ethic? I don't. I think it's it works for him because he adapted to it over years. But for most people, it's the easiest way to injury. And the mentality, that all or nothing mentality, is amazing, but there's a lot of flaws in it, and it usually comes from insecurity. Like if you're insecure, you're probably going to overtrain. Like if you have a very insecure mindset, you don't believe in your ability, you're going to overtrain. And that's where you get into this Kobe mindset. I'm going to train 6 days a week, or 2 times a day, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, no matter what. I'm never going to take a day off. This, David Goggins type of mindset, that stems from insecurity. If you don't believe in your training and believing in being efficient, you're going to overtrain to compensate for it. And that insecurity can come from you're trying to prove yourself to others, trying to prove yourself to your family. You don't believe in yourself. You've been doubted as a child. You've been made fun of in high school, middle school. There's thousands of reasons to develop that insecurity, but that's usually where it comes from. They do a lot of training though. What do you think? I should continue it? Oh, Kobe's like training ethic? Oh, I'm confused. I'm sorry. What's your take on I love basketball training? My cousin is a whole plyometric training. I don't really like it. I'm not like, I've actually bought his stuff just to read it and see if it's good or not. I don't like it personally. If your cousin can do my free workout, that's good enough. What are some overrated components of muscles when it comes to running fast and jumping high? Okay, I'm not going to break down the components because I will get into such a deep conversation on like muscular function and stuff like that, and like co-contractions. I don't even want to talk about that. But the most overrated muscle for jumping high and running fast is your tip. Like tip raises, all that, completely overrated. Is there a way to modify your free workout to make it more jump oriented? You probably don't even want to. Sprint training has a high transfer to your jumping. The only thing I would do is like, actually, let's just look at it. We can actually look at my workout right now. Free speed workout from the Speed Academy. So we can look at the workout. If you want to change it for, this is free, so I don't care if you guys see it, right? You guys should be able to see it. But you want to change it for jumping. The main thing I would do is take out momentum pogos and lateral jumps. Take these out and switch them out for max effort jump. You can even take out the broad jumps. So all these, if you have a lot of jumping, like you want to get in like 20 dunks, 20, 30 dunks, or a 20-minute dunk session, take all this out and do a dunk session. Or if you need to do like a lot of long jump practice, take all this out and do long jump practice. And then you can even take this out. But honestly, I should make this 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the strength. This is really good. But yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, let's keep going. Is there a way to modify it? Doesn't jumping high help with finishing? Yep. Jumping high helps with finishing, but dunking is not jumping high. It's decelerating horizontal momentum. Like once you understand the mechanics of dunking, it's all about horizontal momentum. So if you could decelerate it well in a very specific angle, which doesn't ever really happen in game, like you're going to get that very specific dunk, but that's not jumping high, like off of non-counter movement. So there's like a lot of angles you need to be able to jump high from, and dunking does not promote that because you have to jump in a very specific way to dunk. But to jump high just to block a shot or finish a basketball is completely different mechanics. Is it safe for 5 to 6 year olds to do plyometric training? If so, how often? So I don't want to get into like too long of a topic, but 5, 6 year olds, 8, 9 year olds, like young kids, they all do plyometrics at the park. Like them just playing at the park, jumping off swings and jumping off these high ass oh my god, what are those called? Like the ladders and stuff like that, and they're like landing on like the wood chips and stuff. Like that's plyometrics. You're taking plyometric intacts. So they're actually fine to do plyometrics. I would avoid strength training until they hit about like 10 to 14. And when I mean strength training, I mean like body weight strength training. Like they can start doing like body weight lifts at like age 9 to 12, honestly younger, right? But plyometrics is completely fine. Now should they do structure training? I don't think so. If you're 5 years old and you're giving your child structure training, you're forcing him to do a workout that he doesn't want to do, that's ridiculous. You can show him like a couple exercises from my training program, like my beginner's training program for kids, like in Just Jump and Just Sprint. I have like a kids version for like, young kids, adolescents. Is adolescence the right word? I don't know English. All right. But I don't know. Like I wouldn't like force them to do the exercise. If they think something's fun, make them do it more. Like, okay, yeah, let's keep doing it. But then once they get older, then let's get to that structure training, the strength training, all that stuff, right? How to maintain or develop speed in the winter if there's no access to a track or gym. This is a great question. 5.8 laser 40 yard. So in the winter, I have 2 answers, right? 1, go shovel snow, find 20 yards of space, shovel snow, and run. Now, people are not going to do that, right? And honestly, it's a dickhead response. But what you can do is plyometrics like fast ground contact. So like what you're not getting, what you're getting from sprinting that you can't get when you can't sprint is fast ground contact times at a very high eccentric velocity. So what you can replace for that is like def jumps, drop jumps, max effort pogos, high box drops, bounding. You could bound in your basement. You could bound in your front, your backyard or something. Anything where like your garage. You could do broad jumps, stuff like that. That's fast ground contact, high power, but you don't need a lot of space to do it. Gen Pop is adult fitness. So what your question was earlier was like, what would training between Gen Pop and adult fitness? Like, how would I change up the training? Like, what's possible? For adults, 90% of adults are too fat. All right. The average American is too fat, way too fat. We'll break this down. And I don't mean any disrespect, but it's a literal fact. Average American body fat, 28 to 40% body fat. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying like literal 90% of adults are way too fat, let's just say 25%. All right, I said 28%, let's do 25%. If you are 25% body fat and 90% of athletes, like good athletes, are 11 to 14, you're 10% body fat too heavy. For every 1% of body fat you have, that's 2 pounds in literal weight. So 1% body fat is 2 pounds. So for every 2 pounds you gain, you lose 1.1 off your time in sprinting and 1 inch off your vertical. So that's 10 to 20 inches off your vertical jump and 1 to 2 entire seconds off your sprint speed just off of body fat. So when adults come to me and they're like, I need to run faster, and I look at them like, you weigh way too much weight. Like, you flat out need to lose fat. And they're like, oh, I don't and they're trying to avoid it because it's a hard topic to talk about. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out, how do I get this weight off my body? You do it in a healthy way. Do not crash diet. Do not do that stupid shit. But you need to figure out, how do I get this body fat down? And then also, how do I keep my tendons resilient? So you need to do a lot of extensive plyometrics, because at an older age, your tendon is more susceptible to injury. Achilles tears, ACL tears. It's very common, very possible, but if you do a lot of extensive plyometrics, it literally will never happen. Like that, those type of crazy injuries will not happen at your age. So get your body fat right, get your relative strength up, because relative strength is easy when you're older, and then do a lot of extensive plyometrics. A basic one is skip for 5 minutes or jump rope for 5 minutes. What do you think are flaws in average high school track programs? No lifting. Either one, no lifting, or poor lifting. Like in my high school, what they had us do was just like 3 days a week, squat 3 times 8, deadlift 3 times 8, random row 3 times 8, bench press 3 times 8. It was just a bunch of random exercises 3 times 8, because they didn't want to actually put the time to figure out how you should like periodize your program and like make it specific to people. So it's way too general, way too basic, and there's no actual like, if you're gonna have us lift, at least makes us do like a split squat or like the right exercises. But there's no purpose in exercise selection. It's just, okay, here's a squat, everyone should be squatting, should just squat. And here's a deadlift, everyone should be deadlifting, should just deadlift. But high schoolers are ego lifters. No one knows how to lift in high school. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna ego lift. They're gonna lift weight they can't handle. They're gonna increase compensation. They're gonna reduce contraction velocity, reduce power, reduce so many things, right? Reduce mechanics, like ruin your mechanics. So when you don't have structured like periodization and progressions for athletes, and it's just like, oh, just do this squat, deadlift, row, bench press, oh, we're gonna have a lot of issues. We're gonna have a lot of issues, especially if plyometric training isn't good. We're gonna have a lot of issues when you have a bunch of high schoolers, 50 guys together, and it's, oh, you can't lift shit. You can't lift 400 pounds. I can squat 400 pounds, when they're really quarter squatting 400 pounds. They're not deep squatting 400 pounds. They're quarter squatting with bending their back 400 pounds. They can't actually fucking squat 400 pounds. They're just ego lifters who have their head up their fucking ass. So you have that whole issue, right? And then, sorry, I'm just chatting. Either way, I can go into that shit forever. Like, you do not want to just give a random program and not actually watch your athletes and progress them and regress them correctly. So sprint training equals faster and bouncer. Yes, sprint training has a direct transfer to your vertical jump, especially your 1 foot jump. Probably a very general question, but is there a specific way you should lift as athletes? So much different info on completing slow reps or fast. It's like, it's a very, okay, so like if you're a beginner, you want to lift very slow eccentrics. You want to do the most foundational movements that every beginner should have is a single leg squat or a split squat, and then an RDL. All right, very slow tempos, so 3 seconds on the lower, and then explode up to the top. Once you become more advanced, my level, intermediate to advanced, you want to start doing half squats, quarter squats, velocity-based lifts, speed squats. Maybe pick one, do it for a whole 1 to 2 months, and then pick another one, do it for another 1 to 2 months. Not just, I'm gonna do this exercise and this exercise, and then one hinge exercise that is velocity specific. You want to train through length and through extension. So 1 day of the week you want to do through, how do I have a program? 2 days of the week you want to do through length, and then 1 day of the week you want to do the extension. That's for most athletes who are in that intermediate range. What's your language? Doesn't sound like you have an accent, by the way. Language. So it's complicated. At a young age, I learned Spanish. Then my family said, we're not going to teach you Spanish anymore. You're just going to go hop into English, people. So then I learned English at late, right? So I don't know Spanish anymore because I didn't learn it all the way. Now I barely know English and I barely know Spanish. So like, imagine just going to 4th grade, like, hey, I'm in English class. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Got held back very hard. So I don't have an accent because I don't know Spanish anymore. But I was very held back in terms of like the timing of, we're just going to stop teaching you English or stop teaching you Spanish. Because I went to a Spanish, when I was younger, I went to a Spanish elementary school in Chicago. Have you heard of YPK Ray, and what's your thoughts on him? He's actually ridiculously athletic. It's interesting. He doesn't know anything. I've watched some of his videos, like how to become athletic. He has absolutely no idea about training. He has no idea what he's talking about, but whatever program he's been doing for the last like 10 years is working. Like he obviously did track in high school. He obviously like knew a really good coach and followed it for multiple years. But like he had a video like how to become athletic, and he like did a little workout, and it's like actually the worst workout I've ever seen. Like it was terrible. He has no idea what he's doing. But like whoever his program he's doing is amazing. Like it's a great program. He followed it for a long time, kept trying to dunk, kept trying to get faster, and he's a great athlete. How do you develop tendon strength and elasticity? Extensive plyometrics is the first step. So jump rope for 5 minutes a day, build up to 10 minutes, and then start doing locomotive strength work. Bro, man, I see my old high school bro. I'm not worried about my food intake, but any advice? Just make sure your protein's good. If your protein's 1.0 your body weight, then everything else will fall in line perfectly. What's your thoughts on Keith Pottier? I don't know who that is. Or what you eat. Well, what I eat is going to be so different from what you eat because I have different habits and I have different things that I like. So that's not going to work at all, right? Like I can't just tell you, eat what I'm eating. Like if you see that shit, like lean people, like lean females are like, eat my day in the life what I eat. Like that doesn't matter what they eat because it's their habits and things they like. So it'll never transfer to someone who like is fat because they need to focus on what they like and reducing intake slowly and things like that, right? I'm not saying you're fat. I'm just saying like it'll never transfer what I eat. And I'm like somewhat like I have average habits. Like my weakest portion is my nutrition of everything, but I'm very like well versed in nutrition. I just have bad habits. That's all. What's your thoughts on recovery exercises every day? Like the best recovery exercises is like extensive plyometrics. So like if you skip and backward skip every day for 5 minutes, that's like literally the best recovery shit you could ever do. Sorry, I'm talking really fast. What can I do against patellar tip injury besides stretching? Loading. Load it with isometrics. I wouldn't stretch it at all. You're just ripping apart the tendon more. The tendon's already overstrained. You're just ripping apart more. I have to be really careful with the music I pick right now. So I'm trying to pick a new song, but I'm trying to be very careful because I don't want copyright. Oh, man, I've answered a lot of questions, bro. You guys are awesome. Let's make sure we review this quote again. He who says he can and he who says he can't are both right. Remember that, people. I sprinted for the first time. Oh my God, I am actually out of breath. Hold up, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm parched. I sprinted for the first time since track yesterday. My hamstrings are extremely sore. Any tips? You just spiked your workload. That's all it is. You spiked your workload. Your body's not used to it. Don't overthink it. I zoned out yesterday if you answered this, but how to develop tendon strength and elasticity. I answered this a couple times. Just extensive plyometrics is like the first step. So like if you feel weak, even if you feel muscular force weak, like your muscles feel weak, you don't feel strong at all, you need to be doing like skips, backward skips, and karaoke for 5 minutes in total a day, and then build up to 10. And trust me, like that sounds like rah-rah. You're gonna feel like a whole new athlete. Foam rolling, or is it the same as foam rolling? Has some good benefits, like pre-workout. I won't lie. Like I used to be a hater on foam rolling, but there is some cool benefits. I'm not saying like should you waste your time and do it for 20 minutes? But if you really like it and like that thing, it just clicks for you, it actually has like some low-key good benefits for like range of motion benefits. Like you can increase range of motion in your workout if you foam roll and open up like the hip and like access like certain portions of the muscle and stuff like that. But the research is also very like convoluted. Like it doesn't agree all the time. But the research I believe in, like the things I've seen, I'm like I can see like how that would work. Is supplementation necessary if you eat enough food? No. If you eat cooked foods, you probably don't need supplements. You probably don't even need no multivitamin. But if you're in high school, I probably would take a multivitamin. Nike Training Club sucks because Nike Trainer told me to 10 exercises and I got crazy pain. That's ridiculous, bro. I don't even know how these people like. It's so crazy. Like people call me a TikToker, but like if you walk up to like 90% of trainers in person, they have no idea what they're doing. Like they have not studied the amount I've studied or trained the people I've studied, because people are bad. Like you'd be surprised. Most trainers you go to that you would pay for like $50 for a session, like a normal trainer. Like most trainers are $40 to $50 a session. You know, cheap trainers maybe 30, but like you'll go there and they'll actually fuck you up. Like they'll actually injure you. It's crazy. But niggas call me a TikToker. It's ridiculous. How much water a day is truly important? Half a gallon minimum, but just try to get a gallon. Some people are like, oh, it's bad for you. Boo. Can I go from 12.5 to 11.5 in 1 year? Yes, you can. You're crazy for being up this late with that light in your face. How'd you notice? How did anyone notice? I have a literal like a beam in my face right now. I wish I could show you guys. Let me try to show like a reflection camera. Y'all see this light? That's literally like what's in my eyes right now, bro. I don't know if that really shows well. That's what's in my eyes right now. So, that's Blake. Hey man, text me. So backward skips and karaoke and forward skips. Forward skips really good. What multivitamin do you take? I don't know the exact brand, but it's the one you find at Jewel, or it should be a Walmart, Jewel, like all that stuff. Nothing's different. Just don't buy online. Online you can get like some crazy shit in there, and like actually hurt yourself and like get sick. Just buy things in person that are verified. Don't buy like off brands. How do you identify if someone doesn't know what they're talking about, doing, or talking about? Oh my God, man. You all want to see 3 people who have no idea what they're doing and they're huge on TikTok. Let's do it. Because I'm going to make a video about them too. Because like sometimes I'm like, I don't want to ruin people's businesses. But then also when you're completely lying to people and hurting people, I don't give a fuck. Like I will actually just expose everything about you. Here, let's log into my Instagram, and I'm gonna show you guys some people who are like actual rah-rah speakers. So yeah, like when you start hurting people and you just start like fuck, I can't get this freaking login correct. Here, we're just going TikTok then, because they're all the same on TikTok. So number 1, Pliomorph. So this guy, you want to see how to know if someone is completely talking raw. He's huge. He's bigger than me. Like I'm only at what, like 138K or something. He's 790K. He's never trained a human in his entire life. And this is the easiest way. You guys can see what I'm talking about right here, right? Oh, I actually have these people on the side because I followed them on purpose.
The moment you decide to use plyometrics is when you turn into a whole new athlete. Because within a month of using these in your workouts, you increase your speed.
So what he's doing here, and this is how it's very easy to tell when someone doesn't know what they're talking about, is they're saying do this one exercise to improve. Okay, that is the biggest red flag of knowing when someone doesn't know what they're talking about.
Vertical jump,
right?
power
I'm going to turn this off because I'm going to get copyrighted. But it's the easiest way to know when someone doesn't know what they're talking about is do this one exercises. And then with him specifically, he does a script that is storytelling based. So it gets more views because of how he's telling the story. And that's why all his videos pop off. I actually know like the marketing style he's using and like the type of way he's making his videos, because I've seen some of the content, like how to make these type of videos. But he does these videos, and then what he does is he does one exercise per sport, and they're random. So these exercises have nothing to do with the sport. This doesn't train volleyball. This does not train your block step or your plant step. It has nothing to do with volleyball. It's not volleyball specific. He just literally finds random clips and says a sport. All right, let's go to the next one. So that's just a random exercise. Soccer, how does this train soccer? Maybe because you go over the first hurdle and the second hurdle is somewhat similar to like change of direction, like going left, right. But you can train that through regular lateral jumps, regular max effort. You can do reaction-based agility. Like, this doesn't do anything. And then into a box jump, it literally, like, why? Like, that doesn't do anything. Doing a single leg jump into a box jump after doing this change of direction does not train soccer change of direction or agility. It's just random. He literally just finds random clips and just puts it together and says, do this sport. And 3x3 also, when you're training plyometrics, you want to know how someone doesn't know what they're talking about, is the rep scheme. 3x3 is not enough volume for a stimulus to improve your vertical jump. So you're only doing 3 sets of 3. That's 9 jumps in total. To actually get enough of a stimulus, you should be doing a minimum of 3 times 12, 3 times 10, or 4 times 6, 4 times 8, right? You see the rep scheme. Sometimes you're going to go very low reps, like 6, 5, 4, even sometimes 1. If you're doing a max effort jump, you might just do 1 rep. But guess what? The sets are going to go very high. So if you're doing 3 sets, like what he's trying to do here, you should be doing 5 to 6 to 7 sets of 3 jumps, 3 max effort jumps. He's just literally writing random reps, random sets, random exercises, random clips. None of this has any cohesion. If you did this workout as one video, you would not improve in anything. And the reps are so low intensity, right? And so low effort, intensity, and specificity, volume, that you are not going to make any change. And let's talk about this. What is this, a Euro step? Is this supposed to be a Euro step? What is this, a Euro step? Like, literally, what are we doing? It's just random exercises that look like basketball, but it's not training anything about basketball. Why are we landing at a box? What does landing at a box to do with anything? It doesn't have to. He doesn't know why. It's because he's just doing random stuff. So this is one example of someone who completely, and also he reuses clips and says different sports. So this clip says hockey. I promise you, if I find another video that says soccer and it's the same exact clip, same exact rep scheme. This is a very easy way to tell if someone does not know what they're talking about. All right, let's go to another one. I get angry if you are a soccer, basketball, or volleyball player. You're not doing plyometrics. All these plyometrics are random. They're all completely random. He has no reason to do these. Why are we doing reactive hurdles? This isn't reactive. Reactive hurdles is reacting to something. So you're jumping and then he's stopping and jumping without any cue. That's not reactive hurdles. He's just naming random exercises. It's just a random name. What is there's no intensity here. He's doing a low intensity hurdle jump, and he's saying, oh, this is going to increase your vertical jump for soccer, basketball, volleyball. He's just saying random sports just to get more views. Just so he's saying keywords, because when you say keywords in your videos, you reach more people. So you have to say the keywords in your videos, in your voiceovers, and in the text. That's why he's doing that. It doesn't actually train any of these sports. There's no intensity of this. It's not even a bad exercise, but there's no intensity. And it doesn't have cohesion, because this is a 2-foot jump exercise that trains the amortization phase. And then we go here. This is a non-counter movement jump. It has to do with muscular force. So we're training the stress shortening cycle. Then we're doing muscular force. Why? There's no cohesion. You have to do everything in one exercise. Then we're training fast stress shortening cycle, which is ankle dominant and is elastic based in the tendon, the Achilles tendon. And then the next exercise is, come on, hurry up. Then it's a single leg muscle strength exercise, muscular force dominant exercise. So the reason why I'm saying what these exercises do is that they're all random. When you do a workout, the entire workout needs to follow one style. So the whole workout should be fast ground contact types, reactive hurdle hop type of stuff. The whole workout should be strength-based movements, slow strength work. It should not be, here's one fast exercise, here's 2 slow exercises, here's one single leg exercise, and here's one seated exercise, and here's one 1-foot exercise. You're just putting exercise together. That's nothing. It does not have any cohesion. It doesn't give one stimulus. It doesn't deliver any adaptation. It's just random fucking exercises, and you sound smart because you're saying it in a funny way where you're calling people out, so it makes them feel stupid. Another thing he does in his marketing is that he's saying in a way where you're dumb if you don't do this. That puts him as an authority. When you bring down someone in marketing, that makes you come off as authority. So everything he says after that statement makes him sound smarter. I use it sometimes too for my marketing. Sometimes when I'm selling to you, I'll do stuff that makes me look like an authority, which I am an authority. I do know what I'm talking about. I do have real results, but he does it with every single video, and he's never trained a human in his entire life. So that's one person, and that's just one. Okay, that's just one. I got 2 more people for you, and trust me, there's so much more. Let's go to Coach Rios. He's a little bit better, but there's some stuff I might not be able to find the very specific video, but this type of stuff, sometimes he spits some facts. I'm not going to talk as much about him because he doesn't really irritate me as much, but sometimes he spits facts. There's some videos where he says correct things, but he says it in a way where he's shitting on things to get views. I don't respect that. So like right here, he says social media influencers are full of sellouts, and he breaks down like some type of research that has nothing to do with that. It's just hot takes. That way people view and they comment hateful things, so he gets more engagement and more views. He's doing whatever it takes to get more views. And I promise you, just because you have a bachelor's degree in exercise science does not mean you've ever trained a single soul in your entire life and you actually get results. Just because you have big biceps does not mean you know what you're talking about and you ever studied a day in your life. A bachelor's degree means nothing to me. Right? He doesn't get results. He claims he gets results. He claims he has all these results. He's improved all these people, but he has not done shit. He hasn't actually trained anyone. He's not in the trenches, but he's saying these hot ass takes, these crazy ass hot ass takes. A lot of his athletic performance, he's all over the place. He doesn't have like a consistent niche, so that's why his views are all over the place, up and down. But he says these hot ass takes and doesn't improve anybody, right? He hasn't actually trained a single soul. So yes, I'm hating today. Okay, I'm hating. Y'all got me fired up today. I got one more person, bro. I got one more person, and I can't find good stuff on him, so it kind of sounds like I'm just hating. But I have stuff on him. Like I just can't find it. I don't feel like looking because that's actually generational hating. One more person. This push him up. I make sure I follow him on purpose. So the one day I actually like just rant, I can like look at this. I think his name's like Jared something. He's bad, bro. He actually just got, he popped up. Man. This dude's interesting. So every single video is if you don't train like an athlete, I'm disappointed in you. Once again, that's a marketing tactic to make him look like an authority. And then he gives, once again, guys, it happens every time. Are y'all ready to take your dunking skills to new heights? Has he dunked in this video? Has he shown anyone he's trained like dunk? Because trust me, I've been injured. I've been injured for months. I've been injured for years. I've literally torn my left foot. People don't even know that. So yes, of course, I can't dunk for a long period of time. I don't have videos of it. But I've shown hundreds of athletes dunking from my programs. Do we see any of this right here? We see him shooting a basketball and then saying this video is going to get you to dunk. Now let's look at the exercises. Are these random exercises or this well-structured programming with science-based principles? What the fuck was that? A light extensive bound. Once again, if it's a low intensity plyometric, which this is it, like a low intensity bound, you're supposed to do it for long periods of time, for 3 to 5 minutes straight. He just does random low intensity bounds into a sub maximal jump. So you're going to do a low intensity plyometric into a max effort plyometric. You just trained nothing. That means you literally trained absolutely nothing. We can keep going. Whether you're a basketball player, high jumper. So 10 sets of rep, 3 sets of 10 here. So we're doing a lateral jump into a max effort jump. The reason why single leg max effort jumps don't transfer to your vertical jump is because the contraction velocity is too slow, which means you're using muscular force. And when you're doing a max effort jump, you're bringing in momentum, which means you're using elastic power. So if you're just using muscular force on the jump, and on top of it, it's not even max intensity. It's low intensity. He's doing 3 sets of 10, random 3 sets of 10. There's no reason for the rep scheme, no reason for the set scheme. He's just doing it. And it's low intensity and it doesn't do anything. It doesn't improve. It just maybe improves muscular force, but it has nothing to do with your vertical jump. It has no elastic energy in there. You're not storing elastic energy. You're not releasing elastic energy. You're not utilizing it at all. You're just doing a jump because it looks like a cool plyometric that transfers well to basketball. It looks like a Euro step. It's rah-rah. It's really complete bullshit. Then here, I love my broad jumps. We love broad jumps. Broad jumps are great, but guess what? He didn't go max intent. All right, so he did 3-4 broad jumps. This is all low intensity. So guess what? The best way to learn, the way people do exercises is by visualization. So you look at the person do it, and then they do it. This is just a low intensity broad. They don't even know how to do an actual max effort broad jump, which means you're supposed to do 1 to 3 broad jumps and measure the time. He just does a low intensity broad jump because it looks cute. And then once again, you had the single leg jump, the lateral single leg jump. So a unilateral jump and then a horizontal jump. There's no cohesion in those two exercises. So that means they don't provide a consistent stimulus for your vertical jump. It's just random stuff, confusing your brain. So it has no stimulus to adapt to. Next one. Next one. I don't even know what this is. What even is this? Man, I'm not even trying to hate today. So we're just doing a lateral low pogo into sub-maximal jumps. So another extensive plyometric. Sub-maximal plyometric. So this is actually, if you guys want to dunk, cool. This is an endurance workout. And guess what? It's not even a good endurance workout because it's 3 sets of 3. They're doing random reps and set schemes. They're not actually programming anything. These are all extensive plyometrics, low-level plyometrics, low intensity, and they're all low reps, which means you just did nothing. If you're going to do low intensity plyometrics, do high reps, 50 reps, 100 reps, 5 minutes, 3 minutes straight. He's doing low reps and low intensity, which means you're doing fucking nothing. You want to know why he's saying this, though? It's because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He hasn't trained a single soul in his entire life. He has not dunked. He has not trained someone to dunk. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just trying to get views on TikTok. And guess what? It works because he's using marketing well. 516K, 12.8 million likes. Goes to his program. Of course he's selling a program. Why wouldn't he be selling a program? Let's go look. How much is his program? Oh, of course it's $40. 12.9 million likes, 1% transfers. He's made over $100,000 from this. If 1% of his followers transfer, which they probably have, because every single video, he makes everyone feel dumb and then uses himself as an authority. And I'm upset. Like, it sounds like I'm upset because I am. These people are scamming people. These people are clowns. These people literally are just lying. They're saying this is going to get you to dunk. This is the program. And then I've trained a guy on the Iowa State team, a Division I athlete, one of the best athletes in the world on Iowa State University. I trained him in person. I said, what have you been doing before this? Like, what's wrong with you? He has a bunch of issues, all these injuries. Oh, yeah, I've been doing this vertical jump program, and it just it kind of didn't work for me. And I don't know. I was like, what was it? Show me it. Plyo fucking morph. What the fuck? What the fuck? And he's all injured. He's banged up. He can't jump for shit. He can't sprint for shit. He's been doing it for like 3-4 months. It's because he's doing plyo fucking morph. So you're injuring one of my fucking athletes in person. People I'm training, I'm speaking to them. I know these people. You're hurting my fucking athletes because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're just trying to get money off of people. I hate that stupid shit, bro. I hate it so much, bro. And like, I feel bad because I'm hurting people's businesses. People are going to clip this. People are going to send this to people. People are going to DM them. They're going to take out of context clips, but it's just bullshit, bro. They're just scamming people because it was an easy way to get money because they look lean. They probably can dunk. They probably can like jump decently. They run on a fucking treadmill to make themselves look like they're doing something athletic. And they're like, yeah, just sell my programs. Here's these random exercises. They're going to make you dunk, make you run fast. This is how you run a 4.4. Man, I can go on all day about that shit, bro. I can go all day. Y'all can clip them, send it to them, DM these fucking clips to them. I don't care. I'll meet them in person and speak to them about this, and I'll prove to them why everything they're saying is wrong. I don't give a fuck. Oh man, there we go. Okay, I'm off that though. I'll talk about that later. Let me answer some of these questions, bro. Oh man, I got a little heated. I'm not gonna lie. No cap. This trainer from Gold's Gym said I wanted to be an athlete until he exercises past his forearm broken and past failure. That's fucking ridiculous. What state are you in? I'm in Iowa and Illinois. Why is it so easy to jump higher off of 2 but hard to jump off 1? It's because you're not bringing momentum into it, and you probably don't have a lot of elastic strength in the patella tendon and also in the Achilles. So you're probably not that fast. And then when you try to bring in speed, your knee gives out, and if you don't bring in speed, you're using muscular force. So you have to bring in speed to jump high off 1 foot, but if your body can't handle that force absorption, yeah, it's pretty much done. Okay, what is your best advice for beginners who feel overwhelmed? Just do my free programs. Don't even try to figure it out. Like, watch stuff and learn passively, but don't try to do it yourself. Fast Use trains at my school is worth following the program because I generally can't decide between you or them. Is it worth it? Like, he's a good guy. Like, he's a good program. His stuff is okay. Like, it's much more like long term. My stuff is a little more aggressive with my approach in terms of like improvement. You can improve people and take the long term approach or improve them now. I do a little bit of both. I do a little more aggressive things that could get you injured, might not, but it's with good progression, so you're not going to get injured. You'll be able to handle it. So he takes a much long term approach, and he does just a couple things I don't agree with. But I'm not here to spread more hate because he's a coach. He actually trains people. Like, he actually knows what he's talking about. He's trained guys to run 10.2. He's done his shit. So I have respect for him. I'm not going to just bash on like the things we don't agree on. But those other people who don't actually do shit, I'm not afraid just to call you out because you know what you're doing. You know what you're fucking doing. What are your thoughts on lateral holder hops? They're really good. Training sagittal plane is really good. And frontal plane. Which one? Wait, frontal is lateral. I don't even fucking know anymore. I'm literally all fucking discombobulated. Oh, man. Keep a lot of my sets from 2 to 3 range. What do you say for that? It just depends on the exercise. This guy reminds me of the high school lifting class when the teacher has us do a circuit. No, that's actually, man, that's a great fucking comment. I'm a sprinter at track, play basketball, cross country. The team needs me to run for them. The team doesn't. If the team needs you to do something for them, they don't have your best interest. Worry about what is your best interest. If they need you to run cross country, but you want to be a sprinter, go be a sprinter. If you need to play basketball because you want to go Division I in basketball, play basketball. Do not worry about what they want from you. Do what the fuck you need for yourself and your career. Because once you're gone from high school, they're not going to think about you anymore. Jumari, are you from the East Coast? If Illinois is the East Coast, yeah, sure. Illinois and Iowa, I think it's the East Coast. I don't know. I literally failed my 50 states test. Low, bro, you be framing how much of a clown he be. No, I'm not even like, I'm breaking that shit down, bro. Like, they can watch this, too. Like, people can clip this and watch it, tag them. I don't care. Because I broke it down. And I could break it down more, but I'm just irritated. I'm all over the place. But if I was, like, well-constructed, I had, like, a script going, like, man, I literally could end people's careers. But I'm not trying to. I'm trying to be nice today. What do you think about the sprinting subreddit? So, the sprinting subreddit's funny. They tried to clown me and try to call me, like, a fraud and shit like that. They deleted it, though. Because I said that genetics doesn't matter and literally anyone can run 10.6. And then a whole entire subreddit, hundreds of people proceeded to talk about me, and one person, nobody called me a fraud. There's one human who we got in an argument, I guess, and he literally commented on that subreddit. I counted 35 plus times. I think it was 37 exactly. 100 comments, he commented 37 times, responding to every single person who commented saying, never listen to JustJumari. He's complete bullshit. He's complete raw. He has no idea what he's doing. He's never trained a person in his life. He's a horrible person, blah, 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 this, right? Am I a horrible person? Am I a bad person? So I said that, right? I said, I think anyone, no matter the genetics, can run 10.6. And if you've been in the stream for long enough, because I just saw someone say, really, anyone can run 10.6. If you've been in the stream long enough, I already broke down why genetics scientifically does not matter. The only thing that matters is your height, but that doesn't change for sprinting. So we already broke that down. I broke down the science and the mental part of it. So I broke that down. You can go back to the stream if you just think I'm completely capping. But a whole subreddit was made about me, like hundreds of people commenting and just hating on me. And it's like they had no idea who I was and never heard me talk, like physically talk and see my body and see like how much I know in my brain. So like, oh, he's completely right. He's just another TikToker. He's another Instagrammer. Am I another TikToker? Am I fucking Pliomorph? Am I Mario Rios? Am I a TikToker? Really? I'm a TikToker now? I was training in person for 2 years before I started doing online. What the fuck? What? Like, I'm a TikToker now just because I have a big following? I barely fucking post. We got people posting 3 times a day, never trained a person in their entire life, and selling programs. I barely fucking post. I'm a TikToker? I have people post for me. People literally post for me. What are we talking about? Like, I make the post, but like people automate it for me. I don't even open TikTok. Like, but yeah, the subreddit was hating on me, but it was complete rah-rah. It was just one person who commented like 40 times, just repeating the same message to make sure that everyone knew that I was a terrible person. And he probably just had a bad conversation with me in the comments because I probably just checked them. What do you think about the free program from the Passion of Sprinting? I don't know who that is. Yeah, Coach Rio, I think he meant to say, sucks. Man said Bulgarian split squats, hip thrusts, and squat, then run. This is terrible, bro. Oh, Mario Rios, he's a clown. But I got my degree, so I know what I'm talking about. Just because you have a degree does not mean shit. You wasted $20,000. You do not have a job. Most people who are getting degrees are not getting jobs for a fucking reason. It's a waste of $20,000. Congratulations. Congratulations. You wasted $20,000 to tell people you have a degree and still not know shit. Congratulations. Watching you be a hater and point these guys out is fun. I don't know if I'm being a hater. Like, I'm hating, but like I'm being an objective hater. Like I'm spitting facts. I'm more exposing than hating, in my opinion. Which I don't even like that word because I'm not trying to end these people's careers. I'm not going to comment every single time saying like you're bullshit, like he's a fraud. I'm not going to do shit like that because I know how it feels when people call you a fraud and people don't know you. Like, I don't know these people. I'm not saying they're bad people, but they are scammy, not scamming. They're scammy in nature with the way they're promoting their stuff. Disingenuous. Disingenuous is the right word. I won't call them scammers, but they're disingenuous. And I've seen their programs, and they're also trash. That's a fact. That's a fact. Bro, you need to do more. There's a lot of people. Like, there's actually a person I called out on my Instagram who physically actually took my video word for word. And I blew him up, and he finally deleted it. It took him 3 days. And he kept deleting my comments on every single post. I was low-key being a little extra. I'm not going to lie. I was doing too much. But he literally took my content, like multiple videos, word for word. And I got him to delete that. I even had some, like, I posted on my Instagram, like, 10, 20 people commented too, and like, yo, bro, like, this is crazy, and tagged me and all this shit. Like, it was, people really are bad, bro. Like, people will do whatever it takes to get money. And trust me, I get it. I understand the need for money, because trust me, I was broke. I had a single mother as well. And my business, like, I am completely self-sufficient off my YouTube and my program sales, but I know how to do it the right way. Not once have I sold to you guys today, have I? Is this a webinar? Am I selling to you? No. But a lot of people in this live stream probably bought some stuff, because I know how to sell to people and make them feel wanted, feel like they need something. And even if you don't get anything today, I don't care. I don't need it. I'm actually helping people. I'm getting real results, and people will buy just off of seeing those results. But then you have these people who don't get results. They don't know how to train people. So they just do all this dirty ass tactics just to get money. And I get it. Like, you need money, but it's fucked up. It's just fucked up. And I have like literally no fucking respect for it. Because I don't need to do that. Sometimes I'm a little aggressive with my marketing. Sometimes I can be a little aggressive, like on Instagram, but I don't need to. I don't need the money. It's interesting. But I get why people need it, and they'll do shit like this. It's like the easiest way to make money for them in that moment. So they do crazy shit and just post rah-rah just to get views and get money from it. How often should I do dunk sessions? It depends on your training program, but you can get away with like 2-3 days a week of 10-minute sessions, or like 10 dunks 2-3 days a week. It's true, man. I need a guy like this as my teacher for real. I really don't think I'm a good teacher. I know a lot, but I don't think I'm that good. I'm really bad at explaining myself. Man, you gotta do more lives. What state you in? I'm in Illinois and Iowa. So I have a place in Iowa, and I also have a little place in Illinois. But my main location is in Iowa. Like, if you want to like see my actual apartment, is in Iowa. That's where you'll see me for most of the year. You know the channel Garage Strength? Yeah, he's good. He's a real coach. He actually trains people. He shows himself training people. He's just very strength heavy, and I'm not very strength heavy. But he likes his like Olympic lifts. I'm not a big lifted lift guy, but he's a good guy. He's a great guy. He knows what he's talking about. You got free stuff? Yeah, I got free programs. He has free stuff W. You already know. Spam up the W's if you know what I'm talking about. How to improve elastic strength in a patella tendon. No one ever talks about this. This is a great question. You want to see the best exercise to improve elastic strength in a tendon? It's a great question. So what we're going to do here is, it's going to be hard for you guys to see. Here. Okay. So, oh man, hopefully you guys can see here. I don't know. Maybe you guys won't be able to. I might be wilding. Okay. So when you're doing a plyometric elastic strength, look at my knee right here. This is early stance where the shin is vertical. So my shin is this part. This is my shin. This is vertical. Here, let's hold up. I can make this even better. Oh, fuck. Okay, so this is where my shin is vertical. Okay, there we go. So this is my shin is vertical, and then this is late stance. So this is where my shin is horizontal, like acceleration sprint. So what you can do, and I'll send you guys a video of this so you can see, you can do a jump where you're oscillating this position, maybe like your foot's elevated onto like a platform, and you're jumping extensive plyometrics, and you're building elastic strength in the patella tendon because you're moving the front of the kneecap from a late stance, which is propulsion when you're jumping, and then into early stance. So you're doing this. So you're also building it because of the velocity. You're actually building elastic strength in the patella tendon. I probably could find a video on it. I honestly didn't need to do all that extra shit. I was looking very extra, but yeah, that was very extra. I didn't need to do all that, but who cares? I'll send a video though. If you guys just want to DM me, you need to build elastic strength in your tendon. DM me. Okay. Reddit moment? Yeah, Reddit people are just no lives, you know. not people who are on Reddit or No Lives, but like people who do shit like that, where they just like commented 1,000 things about me. They don't even know who I am. Like, yeah, bullshit. I want to improve strength and muscle mass in the basketball. I also want to improve vertical jump. How do I combine? If you get stronger and you improve relative strength, you'll build muscle mass, and then you also improve vertical jump. Dawson Sprint Club. He's a good guy. We've talked, like we've been on like little consultations where we helped each other with marketing and things like that. He's a cool guy. He's asked me about training. I've asked him about marketing. He's learning a lot right now. So he's one of those, he's a person who's like, he started off learning and then he decided to teach. I was like a little bit of both. Like when I first started training when I was 16, I trained and learned at the same time. Some people learn for a long time. They'll make videos first, then they'll teach, or they'll teach for a while and then start learning more, and then they'll make videos or whatever it is, right? But it's interesting. He has a good page, some cool concepts we'll agree on. He's interesting. Good guy. He's a great person. Great person. Great person. Really good person. Great fucking guy, Great fucking guy. Really, anyone can run 10.6, yeah. Anyone can run 10.6. I already broke down early in the stream why elastic genetics doesn't really matter, and what you actually can improve and what you can improve when it comes to genetics, and why most people can become very elite, very, very high quality athletes. You got free stuff. Where do I get the free stuff? I don't have cash to pay yet. Can I just put a link in here? When I get a mod, I'll put a mod. If you guys want my free stuff, we'll go here, Linktree, admin, Shift D, so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Let me log in. Oh, I'm logged into my girlfriend. Hold up. I've been helping her build up her stuff right now. So we're gonna log in. I'm gonna send you guys I'm gonna put the link tree and pin it in here, right? You guys won't be able to see this password, so I don't really care. I'll send a link tree. You guys will be able to get my free workouts, or if you need to pay for a program, whatever you want, you can see everything, all my free resources here. And I keep telling you guys just to go to my page and look for it, but I could have like pinned this, and I'll just pin it at every single thing. So if you guys want the free workout, you just want to see it, or if you guys want to pay for the Speed Academy, or check out my YouTube channel, or check out my Instagram page, I'll have it pinned right here. Okay. Here, I sent it in, and then let me pin it. So JustJumari, pin, replace pin comment. My free workout will be up there. Okay. So you can still ask a question if you want. But yeah, all right. If you ever ask a question, I'm just gonna tell you check out the pin comment. Why do I jump higher off of 2? I think I already answered that. Can you go to more detail about rep schemes? It's really complicated. Rep schemes are, man. All I'll say is like the biggest thing is velocity drop off. So you can do low reps, kind of like what you saw from Plymorph, but like he didn't have a reason to do low reps. He was just doing it, just do it. But like if you want to do low reps, it's fine. But you have to cut the sets when you jump your lowest. So let's say you're doing repeat jumps, like weighted repeat jumps. You have 10 pounds your dumbbell, 10-pound dumbbells in both your hands. You're trying to jump as high as possible. Maybe at rep 4 or 5, that's gonna be your lowest jump. Like you're gonna drop off by like 1% or 10%, right? Once you get to that point, then you can stop the set, and it could be low reps, but sometimes it'll be high rep. Just depends on like your muscular endurance, elastic endurance, stuff like that. Expand. So yeah, it's a complicated subject, honestly. Imagine plagiarizing running shorts. Yeah, plagiarizing shorts of all things is crazy. Like you're plagiarizing 5-second videos, 10-second videos. If you're plagiarizing like a 17-minute video, a 10-minute video, like yeah, that's hard. Like it's hard to make original content for 10 minutes. I don't plagiarize videos. Like my videos are 10 minutes long of just raw shit I made up. I have a script that I've taken from someone that helped me like learn how to write a script. He taught me like a template, but like every single video is different. Like you have the best people are original. Best distance to sprint for developing speed, 20 meters. Not hating, but what makes you so qualified? There are definitely some of these guys you're bashing that have gotten results too. No. So what makes me very qualified? I guess we're going to talk about myself for a minute. So I've been training since I was 16, like 5 years now. My first couple of years, I worked with an Olympic speed coach, not Olympic, like the Canadian Olympic coach, right, for track. Then I also worked with one of the best coaches in the U.S., like top 5 coaches in the U.S. for speed. I paid for over $10,000 in consultations from the top speed coaches, and I also had another mentor. All these people I've worked with has been for an entire year. I also have another mentor who he's an NFL speed trainer. He's the #1 leading NFL speed trainer, and he taught me all of his courses, all of his information that he gathered up for 10, 20 years in a year. Like, he did it for free, right? And also paid some stuff too. But yeah, we worked together, right? From there, I studied, I trained people. I got some good results. I ended up getting a group of guys. One guy runs 10.2 from a little bit of my training. Another guy runs 10.4. And I have 2 guys running 10.6. Okay? Real FAT times, not hand time stuff that we did at practice. Like, they actually run it. One person I can't disclose. I can't disclose the other people, like their names. But one person I can't disclose because when you become a top athlete, some people don't want to tell their shit. It's just that simple. You don't want to believe me? Boo-hoo. Okay? But some people just flat out do not want to disclose their information. So I did that. I got some crazy good results in about a year or 2 years of working with these people in and out, online, in person, things of that nature. And then from there, I worked with those top coaches, got some really good results afterwards. And then I released some online programs and in-person training, and I just kept getting results. I have results for days. Actually, if you look up my name, right? We look up my name. We can go to D. We can look up and we go to JustJumari. And this is where I tell people, but I don't think anyone's ever actually looked at this. JustJumari Reddit has popped up. It's funny. So you go to JustJumari on Instagram, and we look at stuff like the Speed Academy. Oh, we can't check. But if you click any of these, like Just Jump, Just Sprint, I can't look at it right now. But if you click on that, when you go to my page, you will see hundreds of people's testimonials just from doing my program, improvements, videos, before and afters. Hey, I've improved this much from this inch. And I never told them to do that. They sent it to me. I maybe reached out a couple times, maybe like once or twice to like these people here and there for like videos. And I don't even post half my testimonials. I have like 100 videos of before and afters I've never posted. So I've been doing this for a long time. I have great results. That's it. I got some certifications, but the certifications honestly were ass. The best certification I would suggest like Elastic Essentials, but if you want to drop $500, go ahead. But like if that gives you enough, I don't really, maybe I'm missing like maybe 1 or 2 things that would make me more qualified, like make me sound cool. But like if you also just listen to me, you could tell I'm a genius. I studied thousands and thousands of hours. I've spent over $10,000 on information from the top people. How did I get the money for that? DoorDash. And I don't do DoorDash anymore, but back in the day when I was broke and I wasn't making money from social media, I was struggling to get that. But I had to do it so I could become different and actually smart. So that's how I'm qualified. Hopefully that helps you kind of feel like more assured and like who I am as a person, right? I actually think sprinting is one of the most important things you got to bring into speed and to jump, and it makes sense. Bringing in speed to jump is really important. Thoughts on Joe DeFranco? He's a little bit of older coach. Some of his stuff is kind of like interesting, outdated, but not bad. Some cool stuff. I like listening to, like, he has some really cool fitness. I like his podcast. Like, he brings a good vibe. He's a great energy, great person. Like great principles and like morals. So like I just like listening to him. Like I listen to his podcast sometimes, but like never to like, oh, I need to take away something from this. It's just, in my personal opinion, I have nothing to take away. Okay, I gotta go to school right now. It's 7:30 a.m. in Germany. I'm so sorry that you have school right now in June 28th. It's crazy. I'm so sorry. But have a great day. You probably already left, but I appreciate you for coming and watching. So if I do drop jumps and hurdle jumps, would that be a 5x4 type of thing? 4x4 is actually a good thing for drop jumps and hurdle jumps. I want to do that both in a workout, but four sets of 4, 5 sets of 4 is good. You actually kind of like are picking up generally on kind of like what I'm getting at. Would you say jumping further will help? I think so. Do you think if you can lift compound weights heavy and can sprint fast, you'll be able to jump high? No. Strength plus speed equals power type stuff. Oh, that's what you're trying to say. Man, that's actually such a good fucking question, man. And I don't know if I have the energy to break it down. But there is some people who they break down, they like at a very general level, like, okay, well, you improve max strength and you improve speed. And the formula for power is speed and strength, or velocity and strength. So that means you just improve power. Like, I get that a lot. Like, you just flat out improve power if you improve strength and you improve speed. You could look at that at like a face value and understand that, but there's a lot more like nuance and very velocity specific things that just don't correlate very well to like that concept that a lot of people think. So you can improve max strength and improve speed first, and you will improve power, but eventually you want to start doing the lighter stuff. So like 40 to 60% of your weight will get you into a velocity threshold that will be optimal power in the research. So optimal power is the most optimal power, peak power, force production you could produce, right? You want to get into that threshold, you can only really get to that with 40 to 60% of your body weight in terms of lifting. And then for like sprinting and jumping, 10 to 20% of your body weight. That's the power type of transfer stuff, but you can improve max strength early on. It will like give you like good results. How much volume for bar jumps and bounding? I can't really give you an answer for that. If you look at my workouts, I have volume that's like sufficient, but it's for my workouts and my programming. Like I can't really, it just depends on like, you know, it just depends. It depends on so many things. I can't just give out a random number. I'm sorry. I know it's a very boring answer. It's fun just learning from you. Thanks for your willingness to answer these questions. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Nathaniel Morton and your training and Chris Bernard has given the best results. Nathaniel Morton is my guy. I love that guy, man. I mean, I don't love him. Like, I don't actually know him, but he's a great fucking guy. We're actually going to do a podcast soon. Me and Nathaniel. We're going to do an FAQ. So make sure you send me some questions, stuff we could cover. We're going to cover like 10 questions, break it down, things of that nature. Chris Bernard, it's also a good one. I learned a lot from him. Bought a lot of his books. He knows what he's talking about for sure. A little more strength oriented. I'm not as much strength oriented as him, but he's legit. Definitely legit. He's out there in Florida. Would you use a weightlifting belt for lifts impact my sprint? Yeah, I would never use a weightlifting belt. If you have to use a weightlifting belt, that means you're probably lifting too heavy. For at least athletes. I mean, I can get it for like injury prevention wise in terms of like powerlifters and bodybuilders, but if you're an athlete and you're using a weightlifting belt, you probably are going too heavy than you probably should be. Oh man, how y'all feeling today, man? I've knocked out a lot of questions. I'm low-key. I'm gassed. I'm not gonna lie. I want to react to like 2 videos, but let me know. Like comment. Do you guys like write down? Do you guys want to react to like 2 videos, maybe 1 or 2 videos? You want to just keep answering questions? Just like at least like 2 or 3 people like just say yes or no. I don't know. For a college sprinter, I would do the Speed Academy. Okay, we got 1 react. Actually, let's just do a poll. Can I do a poll here? Or is this like ass? Participants? Okay, we got 2 reacts. Community moderation. Yeah, we can do react. If you guys also have a bunch of reacts. Okay. We got 3, 4, whatever. Man. Mario Reels got Mario Reels got me depressed one time. He said, if you have big calves, you won't be explosive. Yeah, that was one of the videos I actually wanted to show, because it's like he's technically right in concept, but the way he did it was so like, it was so polarizing, and it was just like very disingenuous. And he knew what he was doing, but it's just a shitty way to go about it. So we're gonna react. Do you want to react? Okay. If you guys have videos to react to, link them. It shouldn't prevent you from linking. If it prevents you from linking, DM me the link and we react to them. But I have like 2 videos in my mind, so if I don't like the videos, I'm gonna do the ones I have in my mind, because I think you guys will get a lot from it too. I'm gonna try to like make this see-through. If I can, I can't really because of my background, but I can keep answering questions. It won't let you link. Okay, yeah, DM me on Instagram, and I can or just say like the title and I can just look it up. Lighten. Here, let me actually look from here. I can't. Fuck. Will this do anything? Frick. That's okay. I want this chat to be up still. I feel like it kind of makes people want to interact a little bit more. Darken? Okay, that kind of works, but that doesn't though, because now it's black. That's kind of depressing, isn't it? Okay, what we might be able to do, but if I make it smaller, then we can't see each other. Oh, you know what we can do? Is LeBron the GOAT? Is LeBron the GOAT? He's not my GOAT. I'm not going to say if he's someone else's GOAT, though. I wish I can, like... What inspired you to be a coach or a trainer? When do you decide to be like, I want to do this as my job? When my coach looked at me and said, aren't you supposed to be a cross-country runner? You shouldn't be here with the sprinters. When I spent the whole summer sprint training, not knowing what I was doing at the time. I didn't know how to train at all. I just was doing sprint workouts. Like, I wanted to be a sprinter. And he said, you're built to be a cross-country runner. I don't really see the potential you have in sprinting. and why don't you just do cross country? And I was so fixated on there's no way that my genetics were like meant to be a cross country runner, and even if they were, I'm gonna figure this out and learn how to become a good sprinter and learn how to become a good athlete. And he made me so sad and like hurt me so bad that I figured it out. And that's when I started my training arc, and I started studying like crazy, and I learned a lot of shit. I spent a lot of fucking money, man, because of that dude right there. What's your opinion on Matthew Bowling? He's a great athlete. I really think he should drop sprinting and do long jump. I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is very underrated. I think he's kind of overrated, but in a sense, I don't think he's overrated, but I think he's properly rated. Should be top 10. I'll say that. I don't know why I said he's overrated. I low-key am just chatting because I'm tired. He's definitely top 10. Transform. Edit transform. Can I thoughts on Eric Cressy? Coach was a blessing in disguise. No, I mean he changed my life for the better, but he hurt me at the time. I'm not gonna lie. It made me definitely question myself in a lot of ways, but it made me a better person, and clearly he did something right because now I'm helping a lot of people. What I'm trying to think is maybe what I can do. I don't know. I just might not be able to bust a chat. I'm not sure. Oh shit. Oh, you know how I can bust a chat? Here, I can bust a chat. Here, you guys can give me a second if you guys don't mind chilling. You can keep asking me questions. I'll try to answer. But whoever's gonna sit here to like watch the what's it called? Right. If you guys gonna sit here watch the reaction, yeah, just sit here and give me like a minute. I think I know how to way to get this chat to be see through. It's because I did pop up chat, but yeah, let me see what I can do here. I did pop-up chat, but I made it white, so that's why it's not showing up right now. View your live stream. Edit your stream title and description. Go to the YouTube live dashboard. Participants, send feedback. Wait, what body fat is optimal for sprinters? 11%. Have you ever interacted with any pro dunkers? Yes, I have. Like spoken to them? Yes. LeBron is my GOAT. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna tell people like who their GOAT is, you know? It's like it's hard for me. Just it's an endless debate. It's a debate, but it's not like people are not open to other people's opinions. There's no reason to be. If you believe one thing, why would you believe something else? You know? So then it's just arguing like who feels like they're right more, like who can make people like when you're debating, it's just like, okay, how can I make you sound as stupid as possible from talking faster and talking over you and putting you in like word traps so you actually fumble on your words and now you sound dumb. But like, what's the point? Like, if you still believe, like, even if you said something wrong, like factually wrong, that makes Jordan better than LeBron or whatever, right? Blah blah blah. That doesn't mean that your opinion is that LeBron is better than Jordan. Like, if you believe that, you believe that. I'm not gonna change that by trying to make you sound like an idiot through like talking over you and like debating and shit like that, you know? Okay, we might just be doing no chat today. I could do something like, or like no chat for the reactions, which is kind of sad. Do you guys care? Do you guys care if we have chat? What's your body fat percentage right now? I'm 12%. I might be 13. I don't know. What's my body fat percentage? This shouldn't be, I don't know. What is this? Is this like 13%? I'm probably like 14%. Yeah, it's just gonna drag forever. Exactly like you said. Am I 14%? I don't know. Like, I'm something around there. I don't know. I haven't really like measured my body fat or anything like that recently, and I haven't really been like, I ate a lot today, so I don't know. I'm like a little chubby. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna react then. I'm not gonna like try to waste time. We'll get these two videos out. Do you guys have any specific videos? Yeah, like 12%. Yeah, I think I'm like 14, 13, 12. My legs are like diced. Yeah, 14, 15. Yeah, like my upper body. So like my back carries all my fat. Like that's where my genetic like fat goes to. But then my legs legitimately have 0% of fat on them. I know that's like impossible. I'm just kind of just being exaggerant. My legs are actually diced, like diced. It's like one genetic gift I have. Like no matter what percent I get, even if I'm 20% one day, my legs will always be diced. It's so cool. And my arms are actually like fairly diced when I have like no shirt on. Yeah, somewhere around like 12 to 14%. I'd probably say like 13, 14 for sure. So yeah, I don't know. Someone asked what my body fat percentage was, something like that. What's the best pregame meals? Carbs, but non-processed. So like cooking carbs, like fruits and things like that. Not like bread. You know, bread could be good. Like a bagel, for some people, actually feels very good. But like carbs that you actually can cook, you know, a potato, things like that, pasta, be really helpful. But for some people, carbs actually makes them feel very heavy. But usually that's like very like unhealthy, things of that nature. I can't even talk right now. I'm thinking about too many things at once right now. What was the video I wanted to watch? I have the video here already. Like it's in my watch later, so we should be able to find it like pretty fast. Usain Bolt. Oh, this one. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Are there ways to improve balance for split squats? Sorry if I'm asking this again. Oh, I don't. Okay, I look. You didn't say this earlier. When you use split squats, I wouldn't do them with a barbell. I would do them with a Smith machine because you don't have to worry about balance. And the goal isn't to improve balance. The goal is to improve force production. You're not trying to improve balance while improving your force production. You have exercises for balance and exercise for like power and force production. You do not want to mix those things together. Like, oh, let's squat in a Bosu ball. You don't want to do stuff like that, right? So you definitely want to split it together, and a Smith machine would be one way, or like a hack squat or something like that, right? Or you could do dumbbells. Dumbbells is like, you usually are not going to fall over trying to do dumbbells. Okay, this video, let's do here. Let's move me to the left. Sorry, I cannot do chat today. I just can't figure it out. It's making me softer than a marshmallow. Wait, maybe I can't figure it out. Give me one more chance, please. Give me one more chance. Can I figure it out? No, I can't. I just can't. I'm not him. I'm just not. Wait, no, I figured it out. Oh shit. I got it. I just figured it out. I'm him. Empathy. So what I have to do here is device theme, dark theme. I just figured it out. Give me a couple more seconds. I just figured it out. I'm not him. I'm just not. Wait, no, I figured it out. Pop up chat. I got it. White chat is going to disappear for a couple seconds. I'm Empathy Turner. So what I have to do here is device theme, dark theme. Empathy Turner. Okay, here we go. I figured it out. Whoever is watching, I don't know how you like me. I'm just annoying. I'm okay with that too. I'm very annoying. I'm almost done though. Come on, work with me here. We're close. We're close. It takes a couple tries. There we go. Now we got it. Desktop picture, settings for Windows capture, Streamlabs, desktop, Streamlabs, dock, picture. Oh, where are you? Desktop picture. Desktop settings for Windows capture, Streamlabs desktop. It always shows up. What is the issue right now? It's really like never an issue. Takes a couple tries. There we go. Now we got it. Desktop picture, settings for Windows capture. Bruh. Streamlabs desktop, Streamlabs dock, picture. Oh, there we go. Now we got something. Desktop settings for Windows capture, Streamlabs desktop. Vortex 7, yup. Desktop picture. Bro, I literally just okay, like you try so hard you just can't fucking succeed, right? Oh, there we go. No. Yep. There we go. Now we actually got it. Like, I'm not even showing this time. Okay. Ooh, I don't like this though. It looks ugly. Let's do screen. looks kind of ugly, but it's better than like nothing, right? You can at least see what's happening when we're watching and not look very, very distracting. It's kind of distracting, but I don't think to a point where people would like mention it. Poop. Cool. Now we're good. It's better than nothing. I just really want to chat in the corner. Makes me feel like a streamer. And I can answer questions like while we're reacting to, which is kind of cool. You good? Oh, I know I'm good. I appreciate it. Okay. Cool. We can make this maybe a little bit smaller. Cool. Now we're good. Same here. Make this probably a little bit smaller. And then we go back to videos. I already have one video in mind. Oh, shit. Shit. Okay. Cool. Now let's do it. It's going to look complicated right now, but once we start watching the video, it makes sense. You can cut off the top half of the screen and... Oh, shit. Where? Oh, no. I think I'm okay. Okay. This actually might have been for nothing. Oh, yeah. Tyreek's workout. I want to do Tyreek's workout for sure. Okay, guys, one last second. Is the text showing in the corner? When I'm watching this in full screen, can you guys see the text? If so, we're going to start the video. I need someone to say yes or no. Like, just a clear yes or no. Like, can you see the text on this side, like on the right side of the screen? And is it very distracting, or should I just take it away? Yes. Is it distracting? Can someone say, like, yeah, it's distracting or nah? No, it's good. All right. I appreciate you so much. Cool. All right. Music's off because we're doing a video. No, it's good. Okay. The goats. Okay, cool. Just so you guys can like talk to each other and see that on the screen. And you guys can be in the video because I'm going to do a YouTube video. Okay. Ready? You want to say hi, YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. It's distracting to me. Seems most will be fine with it though. Okay. I appreciate it. I'm very sorry. We'll make it smaller because I can see why like low-key it's like might be like a little annoying. Distracting, kind of. Okay. Well, it might be distracting like right now. I can see why. Make it like as far to the right as possible. Hi, YouTube. Oh, whoa. Not yet. If you want to say hi, YouTube, it will come. Okay, we'll see. We'll try one video, and if it's like just not it, I don't even want to really watch this video anyways. The one video we're going to get right is this Tyreek Hill workout. I know y'all want to see that shit. Okay, ready? This is Usain Bolt. Oh, shit. Does Usain Bolt have an underrated skill that you do not know about? We're going to break this down in this video today. If you don't know who I am, my name is JustJumari. I've trained 10.2 guys, 4.4 guys. I'm a great trainer who helps guys run faster, and we're going to break down this video right now. Let's get straight into it. Okay.
In 2008 and 2009. Only 6 was racing. Commentators will very often scrutinise his start, but most well-educated track fans knew that his fastest starts weren't far off the fastest athletes ever.
This is actually a fact. So when you really pay attention to Usain Bolt's start, sorry, I'm struggling with the gain right now. Okay, let's not keep playing with that. When you pay attention to Usain Bolt's start, even like in this clip right here, Justin Gatlin, we already know is one of the best starters of all time. And I think Johan Blake and Safa Powell are all here. And we all know these are amazing starters. But look at him. He's right there. He's actually building up momentum while keeping up with people. But because he's tall, it's like, oh, tall people are supposed to have bad starts. But that does not automatically mean you're supposed to have bad starts just because you're 6'5". It's going to be harder for you because your limbs are longer. You have to travel more distance. But this could be still a skill that you can develop, is the block start for even when you're tall. It's actually very scary. Now look at this right here. Like, look at this 30 meter. 30 meters, like, what, one more step? He's in first place. Like, this is obviously his fastest 100 meter ever, right? And Tyson Gay is challenging him. But even Tyson Gay, people say he is a bad start. Like, is this a bad start? This is a bad start compared to the competition. But is Tyson Gay right now having a bad start, even though he technically has a bad start? No, not at all.
2009. Only 6 athletes in history have made it to the 30-meter mark faster than this.
Oh my. Sorry, I'm pausing a
With
lot.
Subing Chan's 30-meter
Christian
sprint,
Coleman is
3.73
disgusting,
Tokyo,
bro.
being the fastest ever. While both
And we know
maximum
Subing Tian is
standard
one of the best starters of
was
all time.
world-class, the most underrated
See, like,
element
look at
of
this right now, bro. This is acceleration, right? They're even. This is not a bad start. He is falling off, but everyone else is even. It might look like this dude's falling off. They're all very close. When you look at people in person, like, these angles are weird because the track camera is above, but he has an amazing start.
race, however,
He produces a
was
lot
his
of horizontal
ability
force.
to maintain a low decrease in ratio of force, meaning the horizontal forces he produced
Yep, what
throughout
I
the
just said.
race reduced less than that of his competitors.
Yeah.
A widely held belief in the sprinting community is that the amount of vertical force an athlete can produce when running is the main factor that determines how fast they can propel themselves forward down the track. While
And
sprinters are often capable of producing exceptionally large vertical forces, this amount of force on its own isn't going to be the main factor in sprinting speed.
one thing that a lot of people don't know about is even in acceleration is vertical force. So if you produce a lot of vertical force in max velocity, it also transfers well to acceleration sprints. It's because you're still producing vertical force just in a horizontal orientation. So your body's at a 45-degree angle, but you're still driving the knee down vertically, right? It's not like you're in a whole different world, a whole different plane. You're still driving vertically. It's just in a horizontal angle. So if you can produce a lot of vertical force, you're going to have a good start. And Usain Bolt, once again, a lot of crazy good vertical force. His max velocity and speed endurance was insane. The end of the race and the middle of the race, insane. But all you're doing is the same thing, just at a 45-degree angle. Still vertical force.
Instead, what we need to look at is the ratio of force, or how much of the force is actually being applied in the horizontal direction. Horizontal forces are at their greatest during the initial acceleration.
Yep, the first, like, what?
typically
I
around
forgot the exact yards.
55%
Yeah.
of the force from the athlete being directed
You know what's crazy?
horizontally. As
I don't
the
want to keep
athlete gets
pausing, but,
further
like,
into the race,
in your first couple
these
steps,
horizontal
you
forces
lose all your
continue
peak
to
force after,
reduce.
like, 3 steps.
But it's because
Isn't that
of the
insane?
horizontal forces
For, like,
that the athlete
medium
is able
athletes.
to take
Top
their
athletes hold it
velocity
for
from
longer.
0 all the way up to their top speed, while the vertical forces they produce act to prevent them from falling over.
This is like factual technically, but like you also remember horizontal momentum. So like technically they're not producing horizontal force, but that's because they developed horizontal momentum. So that's like a big indicator. Like you're still producing force horizontally, like you're still pushing down and back, but it's because you develop momentum. So like don't forget that.
The vertical force requirement to keep your body up is one reason why taller or heavier sprinters could find starting harder. If they need
Yeah,
to initially orient
that's
more
true.
forces vertically, they're detracting from the force they'll be able to orient horizontally. This can explain why shorter sprinters are often fast starters, although athletes with exceptional mechanics like Bolt and Asafa Powell are exceptions to this. While accelerating, a slower sprinter might even be
Man,
able
Deacon
to produce
Metcalf
more total
or
force
Metcalf,
than a
whatever, he got
faster
literally
sprinter.
burnt.
But the reason they remain slower is because
There's not a single football athlete who can hold a track athlete. I don't care who it is. Not even Tyreek Hill. We're gonna be reacting to Tyreek Hill's workout pretty soon. He can't hold a track athlete. Not true. You can't run sub 10-2. You're not gonna make it in the track
they're
meet.
not able to
Just that
orient
simple.
those forces in the proper direction. When an athlete reaches their top speed, they will still be applying some force horizontally, but far less than at the beginning of the race, which is why the athlete stops getting faster. Newton's first law states that a body in motion will remain moving at a constant speed
Momentum. Well, let's
unless
talk about.
acted upon by an unbalanced force. At top speed, the net forces of the drag versus the runner's horizontal
Man,
force are balanced.
They were
So
fucking
all
moving,
an
bro.
athlete needs to do to maintain this speed is to continue applying vertical forces. Comparing Subing Chan and Usain Bolt in their personal best races, we see that Subing Chan's max ratio of force, meaning the highest percentage of his force that he directs horizontally during the race, is 58%, while Bolt's is just slightly lower at 56%. By using a formula with
And you know what's the difference here and why Usain Bolt is so much faster? He produces 2% less than Subing Tian, but the height difference. So what Usain Bolt probably has 8 inches, 9, 10 inches on Subing Tian. And I'm probably saying his name wrong. You could correct me, but whatever, right? I don't even know. He has so much more height on him, so his stride length is so much longer that they produce the same amount of horizontal force, but now when we're vertically, the momentum's the same technically, right? Like percentage-wise, it's like 2% difference. But then that momentum's carrying with longer stride lengths can get really scary.
is just slightly lower at 56%. By using a formula with inputs such as split times and body mass, it's possible to calculate the sprint force velocity profile which produces a theoretical maximum horizontal force value represented as newtons per kg of
He's
body
low-key going
per
to some deep
kg
science you guys
to
don't
the
care
plus
about.
10.2. Sue also
All he's trying to say is that they both have really, really good horizontal like power, like horizontal momentum, horizontal power. And what makes Usain Bolt very, very impressive is that because he has to travel more distance, because he's longer, his limbs are longer, so it's harder to coordinate faster. He has to travel more distance and orientate longer. It's harder for Usain Bolt, so it's actually one of his most impressive skills. That's what he's trying to say. So he's like saying a lot of science that none of you guys get. It doesn't really matter. You guys don't need to know that.
Percentage of force is directed horizontally. One might assume that Sue would have the superior mechanical effectiveness, but as I
There we
mentioned
go.
earlier,
Now we're trying.
Bolt's advantage comes in with his low decrease in ratio of force. Bolt's decrease in ratio of force is minus 7.1%, as opposed to Sue's minus 8.9%.
And like you can look at it from a force perspective or even just like a limb length, right? So like he's decreasing in force because he's smaller. So he has to produce more force to continue the momentum, but Usain Bolt can cruise. And this kind of like bro science, like there's some scientific terms I could say, but he's cruising, right? He's taller. He's using his long stride length. He's just maintaining a tall posture in the hip and the torso. And he's just maintaining that momentum easier because he is taller. And he is shorter, so he needs to continue to muscular force, try to tendon force, try to produce more force, even though he's at max velocity because he does not have that leeway of being 6'5".
This means that in Bolt's case, for each new 1 meter per second of speed increase, the ratio of force decreases by 7.1% until the end of the acceleration where top speed is reached. For Subing Chan, with each new 1 meter per second of speed increase,
Man, he has
the
a
ratio
crazy
of
start,
force
bro.
decreases by 8.9%, meaning
He
his
always
horizontal
loses it,
force
though.
application is dropping at a greater rate than Bolt as his speed increases and the race progresses.
Another thing that might, and I'm low-key just pausing, but honestly, he's just saying a lot of science you guys don't understand. Another thing that like is interesting about losing, after you have this huge lead is energy distribution. So like he has a crazy ass start, but is he using 110% of his energy in the first 30 meters? When you're at elite level, a lot of these top guys go 90% the first 30, 40 meters and then 100% at the end. And whether that's bro science or not, a lot of guys are getting a little bit faster at the end, whether that's like possible scientifically or it's just momentum, whatever, taller limb lengths, whatever it is. But because he's using so much energy and tensing up so hard at the beginning, he's losing a lot of that because he kind of like almost gassed out, if that makes sense, in terms of like energy and force production and like distribution of how he uses energy. And energy can be elastic energy or muscular force,
as we mentioned earlier, but this too decreases at a faster rate than Bolt's does. When looking at a few other athletes who had their decrease in ratio of force calculated, we see Fred Curley is closest to Sue with minus 8.6%.
Yeah, he'd be struggling.
Marcel Jacobs with minus 8.3%, followed by Andre de Grasse with minus 8.1%, but none of them are close to the level of Bolt. When looking at female sprinters, the athlete with the lowest calculated DRF is Flojo with minus 7.5 from her 10.54 race in the 1988.
It's because in the research, women are actually much better in endurance-based things, right? Endurance-based lifting, endurance-based running, endurance-based sprinting, aerobic power, anaerobic power. They actually have higher stats, or stats, I guess, in bro science. Like stats, if you look at it as like an MMO, they have higher stats in those categories. So they can maintain aerobic endurance very well, or anaerobic endurance very well.
Olympics. I made a brief reference to this in my video where I ranked the women with the best sprint.
And they're also producing less force overall, so they're decreasing less.
Flojo's sprinting mechanics were superior to her
like peak force.
The modern day female sprinters, however, have a DRF that is close to Flojo's level, with Elaine Thompson's 10.6 run having a calculated DRF of minus 8.1%, with Fraser Price having a DRF of minus 8.2% in her 10.74 run, both in the Tokyo Olympics final. It's unknown from this data, at least, if they achieved superior DRF values in their personal best races. So why is it that Bolt in particular has such a superior DRF? One reason is that when you're accelerating, it's more effective when your foot lands behind your center of mass.
I didn't know he was going to go there with this video. I was wrong. That is a fact.
2009
One thing we teach in the Speed Academy, which is my online speed membership, is we teach something called like a resisted A switch. So you're in this 45-degree angle, and you're learning how to switch your limbs. It's called thigh angular velocity. Switch your limbs fast and land under your center mass. If you can't do that, you can't accelerate properly. And Usain Bolt was very natural at doing this, so it's very nice.
World Champs final. Bolt manages to achieve angles where his foot lands behind his center of mass.
It's very important for developing momentum and also having a fast start.
To move his body forward.
Look at this.
Like
he's perfect at it, especially for how tall he is.
Looks crouched over in this footage.
Yeah, and he's overextending. Like, look at this. Oh man, fuck.
Looks like it's contacting the ground.
Like most people are going to extend. They're not going to switch their limbs in the air. I mean, obviously it's the first step, so it's kind of hard to switch your limbs in the first step. But these next couple steps, like this is like kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. You know, he's ridiculously fast. But yeah,
makes for less efficient acceleration mechanics.
Yeah, look at this. Like, he literally, like, you're producing force vertically. Like, I know this is a warm-up, but you're not horizontally developing momentum. You're producing force vertically already because the shin is vertical. And I know this is a warm-up, so I get it. But, like, even in race, he does this a lot. That's why his start was kind of like...
See if you can tell for yourself which technique looks like it will lead to horizontal forces reducing faster.
That's horizontal, though. That's horizontal, but then look at that second step. I'm already knowing, right? Vertical. Instantly. Before he even touches the ground, he's already vertical. And this is good, bro. Am I like just riding right now? No, it's perfect. Don't care. Call me a rider.
In future videos, we will explore these.
Cool. What do you guys think about Usain Bolt's underrated skill to accelerate perfectly? If you guys want to check out the Speed Academy, there's going to be a link above me or over here. And then check out this video right here. It's going to be on one of these sides if you want to get faster and become a freak athlete. All right. I'll see you guys later. That's video 1, people. That's video 1. Oh, man, that's video 1. I got to dip, but have a good night. Good night, man. Stay safe. 18 people still? It's crazy. I'm actually going to take off the chat for this next one. Just because I do think this next one's going to be a really good video. And I don't want to play with it like popping off. And then there's a chat that's bothering people. So you guys can still talk, obviously. Just I'm not going to have it for the Tyreek video. You guys like that video? It's interesting. I was talking a lot. Sorry. Living the live. Or loving the lives. Oh, loving the lives. Wow. Sorry. Jeez. Can't speak. Can't read either. Okay. Well, we're going to do the Tyreek Hill video. It's 13 minutes though. So I'm going to be skipping around a little bit. And I'm just going to be like pausing a lot. And breaking down a lot of stuff. But doing a lot of pausing. I'm not going to lie. And just skipping. Just because it's 13 minutes. He's going to be talking. And I've watched his videos. He doesn't know how to edit. Because, you know, it's Tyreek Hill. Why wouldn't you want to watch a vlog by Tyreek Hill? But I don't want to watch a vlog by Tyreek Hill. So I'm going to be skipping around and just looking at the exercises and breaking them down and, like, how they work together as a workout. If you should be doing that. I'm going to pee real quick, and then we're going to do this last video. Maybe answer a couple more questions, and I'm going to probably go to bed. What's that? Okay. These lives are going to become a regular night thing. They're going to become regular 2 times a week. 1 or 2 times a week. But I don't know about a nightly thing, though. Or you didn't say regular, a nightly thing. This guy's the GOAT. I'm okay. I'm average. Get in there, though. I want to be the GOAT. I want to help people for sure. And, okay. Where do we want to go with this? Okay, Tyreek Hill video. So, Tyreek Hill post-game workout or Tyreek Hill workout at the 2023 NFL Pro Bowl? Which one? Pick for me. It's, well, we need to take off this chat real quick because it is low-key kind of distracting. And I want these videos to pop off. So, yeah, pick for me. Post-game or Tyreek Hill?
Robin. 7 times.
And then let's look at this. Oh, he has some interesting stuff in here. I can already see. Like, there's some cool stuff to talk about. Pro Bowl, post game, Pro Bowl. Oh, you meant Pro Bowl. All right, I got 3 Pro Bowls. We're just gonna roll with that. Cool. Isn't the Pro Bowl? I don't watch a lot of NFL. Isn't the Pro Bowl like their All-Star game? I'm not like 100% sure. Post game, Pro Bowl. I'm gonna do one, but then the next stream I'll do the post game. All right, so I'll do the Pro Bowl. So I'm sorry if you want to watch the post game, but we'll do that next time. Okay. And I'll break it down. Okay, so yeah, that's the All-Star game. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm low-key like a noob. Okay. I took away the chat this time. You guys can still talk. I want this video to do well. Okay. Tyreek Hill is one of the best athletes in NFL. He's one of the fastest athletes. He could even be a track athlete. So let's break down his Pro Bowl workout from the 2023 NFL Pro Bowl. Let's get straight into it. You don't know who I am. I'm JustJumari. Look me up. Guy got a lot of results and blah, blah, blah. Let's get into it.
7-time Pro Bowler.
I'm not that old.
One thing I love about Tyreek Hill is his positivity. He's a great guy. But we are here for the exercises, so let's get to it. Let's get to it, bro. Okay. Okay. I don't know if this is copyright, and I don't want to deal with that right now. All right, chin up. That's impressive. I know that's not the workout, but that's just impressive. I'm sorry. We're not here for the vlog. She was about to do a very bad squat. Oh, it's a deep squat. Okay, he's doing a deep squat. Oh, they're doing a photo shoot. Okay, so they're like the pros. Ooh, sled push. Bench press. 225. How much does he weigh? 200? That's insane. Or does he weigh like what? 180? Some people might say like 160. I don't know, but he's too big to be 160. There's no way. He's swole. That's a lot. So what is that, like 255, 260? I don't even know at this point. Okay. 315. Even if he is 200 pounds, it's still pretty impressive. Football player, gotta be able to push people off. So bench press is really important. You gotta be very strong in the upper body and the lower body, and it has to be very like in tune, right? So like in the bench press, you know, you're using your glutes as well. You saw how his glutes lift. So you're using your upper body, but you're also using your glutes. So it's really good for football players where you have to push someone off with your upper body and your lower body at the same time. A lot of people know that, but maybe it's like a little tidbit some people might not notice. Use a lot of your glutes in the bench press. Not a lot, but it is an important portion of like the mechanics. So what, 315 an hour, what is that, like a 10 on both sides? So 335. Oh yeah, this is it right here. Ooh, okay. Tough. Let's get on to the next thing. So we get some, and then also the bench press is really good for like central nervous system benefits. So like some people feel really good after doing bench press, like they run PRs at the track meets after that. So if you have like a big track meet and you don't want to like fatigue your lower body, do a bench press a day before, max out. You'll feel really fresh. So this is dodgeball. I think this is like AMP and like phase and all that. Cool. Golfing. Oh, where's his workout? I'm going to have to cut down a lot of stuff during the video. I don't think this is a workout. I think it's just a vlog. He's living the life, though. Yeah, this is just a vlog. We've been finessed. We've been finessed. Okay. Let's do the post game then, because we just like didn't get a video of that. And like, I mean, if you guys want to watch the vlog, we can. I don't mind, but like, just I'm definitely like a little tired right now, so I want to get out that video. Let's do the post game. Oh shit! Fuck. My internet is like low-key down bad today. Okay. Do you guys want? I mean, we could do the audio.
Tyreek Hill here, aka.
If he's not gonna do music, we can do the volume.
Also known as the fastest man in the
Okay. Tyreek Hill is one of the fastest man. Wow. It's a fold. Reset. Tyreek Tyreek Hill is one of the fastest athletes in the NFL. He could even be a track athlete. Let's check out his post-game workout during his NFL season. Let's get straight to it. You don't know who I am? I'm JustJumari. Train a lot of athletes. Make people run faster, jump higher, got a lot of results. Let's get straight into it.
Today, I got a behind-the-scenes footage with none other than my boy Luther Glover.
Okay. We're gonna jump around and look at the exercises. He's gonna break it down, but I'm gonna break it down myself. So let's check out the stuff he's doing here. Okay, so this first one is really good. We'll show him do it real quick first. Oh, they're dragging. Okay, so a single leg RDL. So you're gonna fire up the glutes and the hamstrings. You're gonna train in length, which is really good for injury prevention. The only thing I would skip is unstable surface, because doing it on one leg enough is already enough instability for the ankle. So making it unstable surfaces starts promoting very bad mechanics, especially in the lower back. So you'll still fire up the glutes and the hamstrings, but because you're adding even more instability, you're going to have really bad mechanics in like the lower back. So it's just kind of unnecessary. You could just literally do it on one foot and you're going to be shaking and, doing a lot of proprioception benefits in the ankle. So not bad. Nothing wrong. I mean, you still see everyone shaking, legs shaking, all that balance. But one thing I do like to promote is when you're trying to improve force production and build muscle and armor, let's take the balance out of it and let's build muscle and armor. And then when we need to improve balance and proprioception and reduce ankle sprains, let's do balance and reduce ankle sprains by itself. Let's separate the two. That's my only thing, my only gripe. I don't like to pair things together because you're just going to get less out of both. Cool though. All right. He does the other leg. Probably, I think it's like, if I were to recommend this, 3 sets of 8. Banded RDLs. So now the last one was training through length. This is training through extension. So you're still gaining the length, but there's less tension at the bottom. So this is the bottom of the lift, and he's going to get more tension at the top. So this is going to transfer more to your sprinting, to your jumping. This is more performance based. The last one was more injury prevention based. So you can all the tension at the top, his glutes firing at the top, which is very similar to a sprint and a max effort jump or deceleration, whatever it is you're trying to improve, right? It's very good for performance. Once again, I'm not really like the biggest fan of trying to like work on balance at the same time. Because you're using the bands, there's more stability, but let's just do 2 bands. Let's do like thicker bands and just do 2 feet on the ground. More stability, more force production, because he's trying to improve strength and stability at tension, which with accommodating resistance, right? So not bad. Let's do the next one. Yeah, once again, 3 sets of 8. You could do 4 sets of 6, 4 sets of 8. You can even go into the higher rep range, like 10 to 12. Just depends on like what the goal is, if you're just wondering. All right, so lateral lunges. You're training the groin through low length, which is really good for injury prevention. Could help for some change of direction because you're training a little bit of the lateral glute. It's too slow to really transfer to change of direction work. Like the velocity of the contraction is too slow, but it's not bad exercise. It's very simple. It's good for injury prevention and just overall mechanics. It definitely doesn't help you stop and cut though. The speed's too slow. The eccentric speed's too slow and the contraction speed, so the concentric's too slow. It's not going to transfer. Well, like pairing this with like a plyometric, like a lateral jump, would be pretty good. So once again, like 3 sets of 8, 4 sets of 8. It's more like a strength hypertrophy workout. It's a post game workout. So like the main goal of post game is like building a little bit of hypertrophy, like training hypertrophy, because it's going to promote recovery, help you feel better, and kind of gain like more of a pump. Like you're not really trying to improve performance. You're more trying to promote injury prevention. So he's probably doing a circuit right now of all like 3 different exercises. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's doing that. With like all 3 sets of 10 to 12, like hypertrophy rep range. Things of that nature, right? Which, yep, that's exactly what I ended up saying. I haven't seen this video before. He's just doing a circuit for hypertrophy. It's a good burn. Like you're going to feel a burn, but it's not going to improve your performance. It's just for injury prevention, which should be the goal for a post-game workout. He's doing a lot of circuits of this. Okay, so this is a little more performance-based. I like this right here. So this is like kind of like a Vertimax, more tension at the top, but it's a little bit of like a plyometric where you're going to do like a little mini stiffness skip, and you're going to try to jump up high as possible, right? So you're going to flex the glute, the hamstring, the calf all at one time, and try to jump up high. And because of the tension, you're going to produce a little bit of power horizontally and vertically. So it's a little good for power. He's not really doing it right, so it's kind of like a little awkward. And so because the stability is kind of weird right now, it might not be like that great for power, but the concept is to, increase power. Any type of band resisted jump or sprint is going to be great for power development. Especially like this is a drotch jump, so you're producing a lot of power on single leg, which could be good for like certain things, especially acceleration and single leg bounce. or 2 foot bounce. I'm sorry. And this is what I was talking about earlier. So he did like the lateral lunge into length, and then he's gonna pair it eventually with a lateral jump to help develop that change of direction in a plyometric contact. I actually hate this exercise. I'm not gonna lie. Like lateral jumps into a single leg jump, because all you're doing is promoting muscular force. You're not actually using the tendon at all, so it's kind of just useless. Like you might as well just do a 2 foot jump or just a lateral jump in general. If you were to take out that single leg jump vertically and just do a lateral jump, I'd like it. Just try to jump as far as possible, back and forth, kind of like a skater jump is what some people might call it. You look like a figure skater. I'd rather you do that. But funny. Okay, so this is accommodating resistance at the top. He's getting freaky right here. He's thrusting very, very hard, very, very, very emotionally, with band resistance at the top. So it's more tension top, hard at the top. Helps to probably it's not fast enough, but it will still develop a little bit of power in hip extension, which is good for acceleration. He's really feeling these hip thrusts. And then, yeah, it's another circuit. So this is a little more of a power circuit. So you went from a hypertrophy circuit to power. So definitely like some more power-based exercises. Maybe not the best power-based exercises. You know, it's a little bit too unstable. And then the other one was like a single leg jump that was kind of awkward, but you know, it's fine. It's cool. It's decent work. So this is for proprioception. Once again, you don't really need the instability surface. It's just you're developing ankle proprioception, and in the research, proprioception improvements actually decrease ankle sprains by over 50%. So you need stuff like this. And you're also training the lateral glute with the band. And I think I'm not sure like how deep the coach is going, how much he knows, but he might be trying to reduce inversion of the ankle, which is a whole nother topic for like ACL injuries and some crazy ankle sprain injuries, because most ankle sprains are lateral. So you can reduce inversion and eversion, you know, but I still wouldn't do with instability surface. So it's a whole other like deeper conversation. I like this though. This is cool. I just wouldn't do with the instability surface. I'm not a big believer in instability surfaces. But this is like kind of like that concept I was talking about earlier in the video, where I was like, let's separate our balance with the balance, and let's do our force production with the force production. When you're doing balance exercises, do it by itself, you know? So this is for your hip flexor. I'm not like the biggest hip flexor fan, you know, like it's important, but people like over worry about it too much, but it's okay. Like this can kind of get some external rotation to hip, but most people are really good at external rotation, but they struggle with internal rotation. People who are fast and athletic are really good at internal rotation, but they struggle with external rotation. So that's like this hip bone externally rotating outwards. So this is good for someone specific to him. But if you're like very slow, you probably can't internally rotate. It's also a little bit of balance work. And because of the band, once again, the ankle is resisting eversion, which can be really important for ACL injuries and ankle injuries, because this band right here is trying to force him to make this ankle drop inwards, which if your ankle's dropping inwards very often, a lot of like balance exercises, you're very prone to injury. Like that, yeah. Squat more. Yeah. Cool. I like this one. This is cool. It's just like this is actually a pretty decent exercise for opening the hips, but I wouldn't do it with the PVC pipe. I think it's just like, I don't know. I think it's just you're trying to balance like hip mobility with balance, and it's just like too complicated. Like most people just suck at this. Like right now, he's just not doing it right. He's not opening up his hip because he's so worried about like the instability of his ankle, like him not being on the balance. So it's just like kind of awkward. Like no reason to pair things together. That's all. But it's like I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to open up like the inside of the groin and the hip and stuff like that. It's not bad. See, like he's trying to open up his hips, but he can't even stay on one foot. That's the whole purpose of separate your exercises. Your balance is your balance. Your hip extension is your hip extension. Shit like that, right? Or your hip openers, your hip openers, stuff like that. You know, I'm getting a lot of emails right now. Cool. Is that it? Okay, so he does that circuit again. A lot of these things were more of a recovery workout. If you enjoy the workout, let me know. But I also have my speed workout, Speed Academy, 12-month program. Check out that membership right there, or watch this video if you want to improve your speed and athleticism. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Okay. Cool. Damn, no one cited anything. I thought the fucking chat like folded or something like that. How y'all doing? Do kettlebell swings work for horizontal force? That's actually a good question. I've been trying to research it. There's not a lot of research on it. I don't really like understand that answer, to be honest. Like it helps the posterior chain in like a horizontal manner, like you're swinging the hips back and forth and stuff like that. But it's hard. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you when I figure that out completely. Me personally, I don't really produce what though? I don't actually program kettlebell swings for people. I appreciate the stream, man. No, I appreciate you. I did. Is it impressive to do 75 push-ups at 236 pounds? Could have done more. If you did with good form, yeah, that's cool, man. That's awesome. Body weight strength is always more important than how much you can just barbell bench press. I won't lie. Man, I went crazy today. I'm looking a little tired. I won't lie. If you guys have any more questions, I'll take like 3 to 5 more, and then I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. It's 1:30 for me right now. Any strength work for sprinters and basketball players? You've been in here for a while. Mainly, I'll do 1 squat movement and 1 hinge movement 2 times a week. And that usually will be sufficient enough. And if you're trying to go for max strength, you can do like a rep scheme of like 5x3 method, where you're pushing like higher intensity. If you're going for hypertrophy, you can do like higher rep ranges, like 3 sets of 10 to 12. If you're going for power, well, you said strength, so you don't really know about power. Power can get complicated. You can do like 4 sets of 4, high speed, 40, medium weight, stuff like that. Best way to take care of yourself as a teenager, remain athletic and durable. Sleep. Like actually sleep. I know you hate to hear that. Actually sleep. Eat a lot of protein. Eat a lot of food. Don't be in a deficit, especially when you're in high school. No reason to be in a crazy deficit. You need to be a good body fat. You don't need to just be, cutting calories by like 800 calories, some shit like that. Never want to do anything like that. No more than 300 ever. And sleep. High school doesn't promote sleep. Like they want you to wake up at 6 a.m. to go to school. It's bullshit. It's terrible. But try to sleep as much. Can you come to India to personally train me? I'm sorry, but no. I will not fly to another country to personally train you. Respectfully, I think. So you can keep playing sports like basketball as long as possible, just for fun. Yeah, pretty much what I said. And also just manage your workload. Don't try to overwork. Don't do too much. Don't stress you out from school. Don't study last second and not sleep the night before. I'm sure what program to get. The Speed Academy or Keith Porter. I don't know who Keith Porter is. Isn't that that performance guy? I don't know. I've heard of him. I've watched some of his videos, but it's up to you. I think I have the best speed program in the world. And we're actually putting out a new app next week. So right now it's on like 2 apps right now. It's a little complicated, but I explained it pretty well in the program. But then I believe by next week or the next 2 weeks, we'll have it on like a full-fledged app, very similar to like Overtime Athletes programs or PGF programs, where it's like on its own dedicated app. It's actually really cool. I'm very excited. And there's a good community and everything you need. Discord chats, a lot of research and things I can give you. There's mods in there, videos. Speed Academy's cool. I'm not going to try to sell it. Just randomly start talking. I'm very tired. Are things like sprints, drop jumps, and hurdle hops cohesive enough for a workout? Just do my free workout. Literally just click this link tree. Like literally, you don't need to make a workout. If you don't want to get the Speed Academy, you don't want to pay for it, perfectly fine. I don't need your money. Literally, you go right here, the Speed Academy free workout. Right? It looks a little weird, whatever. Just put your email in. Who cares? It takes 2 seconds. Then you go to your email. I can't click on my email because there's a lot of personal information there. You go to your email and you click down the workout. You guys do not need to pair exercises together. Just do the workout. And when you do it long enough, you're like, holy shit, Justin actually is like the best coach I've ever done, ever like talked to, ever listened to. Guess what? You're going to get the real program and you're going to become one of my top athletes. Especially if you've been sitting in this chat for 3 hours with me. Man, you really want it. That's all I'm going to tell you. You really want to get better. And I appreciate you. Or I respect that. All right, I'm answering a couple more questions. Best way to make connections for life in general. In general, you need to care about other people. All right. So when you speak to other people, you need to care about them first. A lot of people try to get try to figure out what they can get out of conversations and relationships. But when you come with the mindset of what can I give to you first, how can I make your life better, whether it's through entertainment, through money, through whatever it is. I don't know why I just said money, but it's like whatever the fuck it is, you need to make their life better. And then, you know, things like that, you can make really good connections. When you care about other people, they'll care about you back. Don't expect anything from anybody, right? Like, I wouldn't say expect people to run you over, but don't be surprised when people do, right? A lot of people are not going to care about you, and that's perfectly fine. Just like you do not care about a lot of people, right? Care about others first, and they'll care about you back if you genuinely are a good person. Book recommendations for strength work and life in general. For life in general, I don't know, but for strength work, what the fuck? For strength work, speed strength is my favorite one. I'd pay, but I can't afford it. Oh, you're fine. That's what the free workout's for. I just showed you how to do it. Get the free workout. It's literally just free. You don't have an email, just make a fake email. Use your school email. Just get the free workout and just spam it. Do it 3 times a week. You can even do it 3. Yeah. What do you think about doing box jumps higher? I don't like box jumps. Box jumps are just bullshit. I could break that down in another live stream, but I'm actually just beat right now. What things do you think have helped you become successful at a young age? It's a really good question. One day I'll like break down like my life story. I haven't like really talked about it a lot, but I was put in a situation at a very young age where I had no choice but to figure something out. So it wasn't very, very fun. It wasn't easy, but there's like 2 ways you can go about it. You can go through passion, which is obviously one of the most important ways, but then you also like when you're an adult and you have bills to pay and you have no choice but to figure it out, especially if like you're taking care of someone. I'm not saying I'm taking care of someone like I have a kid or anything, but like when you are put in those situations where you have no choice but to figure it out, you will find out what you got to do. Like shit will get taken care of, especially if you were grown up, no handouts. I grew up, I never got a handout from anybody. My mother took care of me the best she could by herself, but it wasn't like oh, I'm struggling, I need $100 allowance. Never was a thing for me. I never just got $100 here, $50 here, or something like that. Like I had no choice but to figure out my life at a very young age, and some of it's good and bad. Some of it was like very hurtful to my life, but you want some of that pressure, but you also want to have enough time to enjoy your life the right way. I did not have a lot of time to enjoy my life correctly. I'm enjoying my life now because I'm very successful at my age, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. But like, you want the option to have both. You want to be able to enjoy your life and also, you know, chase after your goals and stuff like that. But some pressure and some passion is both needed. Pressure and passion and perseverance. 3 P's, triple P. Pressure, passion, perseverance. You will become successful. And awareness. That's not a P, but you need awareness. Like if you think you're the shit, you're not. You cannot think you're the shit and become successful. I'm just honestly ranting at this point, but you legitimately cannot be successful with anything if you think you know better. If you think you know more than other people, or if you're like better than someone else or whatever it is. Like if you have an ego and you're not aware of your flaws, you will always be stuck at below average. This is a fact. Is deaf box jumps good for progressive overload? It's a scary progressive overload. You wouldn't start there. You want to start with death drops. Doing dunking on low rims help progression to 10 feet. Yeah, low rim dunks are really good to progress to 10 feet. High sets, low reps, quality over quantity. When it comes to quality, always goes over quantity. I'd rather you do plyometric 3 sets of 3 at max intensity versus through 5 sets of 10 of whatever exercise just because you want to work hard. Favorite skill trainer for basketball? DJ Sackman or Paul Favorites? Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm good. I think I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I have a little bit of insomnia right now. I won't lie. Let's do the music to end it off. Oh, that's a good video too. Why the fuck am I getting these videos on my thing? Let's do a video. Ocarina of Time thing. Okay.